Hello, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. I feel like that's a little loud. Yeah, there we go. Hello! Hi, happy Saturday. Welcome to the weekend. We made it. Let me see what's going on here. I feel like it's brighter. Well, you know what? I know why it's brighter. I know where all this extra light's coming from. Also, I'm over here. More or less. Happy Saturday. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Shaftum, Stewie, Currents, Octopixie, Zoldak, Warven. Good morning, guys. Or evening. I figure, you know what's a good place to start for the day? We've got a patch coming real soon. And one of the things it's bringing is heritage armor. And I need rep. My orc definitely needs org rep, so I can pretty safely start there. I feel like my human may also need human rep, Stormwind rep. This is the human I think I'm planning on using. She's level 50 plus, so that's good. This was my Shadowlands main. And I'm pretty sure I never actually got Stormwind to Exalted in this character. I made her for Shadowlands, so it's not a character that I've been playing for aeons. But it should be... it should be pretty easy to rectify. I can take my own advice that I gave in the news video this morning. Tyralite, thank you for the 7-month resub. Happy Saturday, y'all. Happy Saturday. I'm trying to wake up over here. Coffee's good. Water helps too. Kitty, you want to come up? Cats are best of all. Watch your head. Watch your noggin. Oh, okay. We're good. We're good. Yeah, it's coffee. That's not as exciting. We played a really fun game this morning, which is where I eat cereal. And then she says, I want the milk. And then I say, you can't have the milk. And then we do that for the entire duration of the cereal consumption. Water good. All right. Seatbelt. Ooh. There we go. So I already have my Orgrimmar tabard. I'm feeling like I want to do this in BC dungeons. The Mechanar is a popular one, and that's one that I recommended. But I want to look at all the things and just see if I'm going to be running old dungeons anyways. I want to see if I need any Mog from any BC dungeons in particular on mail, because I can kind of, you know, multitask a little bit. Hiya, Hazel. How you doing? Hello, Lily. I'm doing all right. How are you doing? I'm a little tired, but I'm getting caught up. I managed to fit in a nap yesterday, despite the fact that it's my schedule's a little questionable. But I did get a bit of sleep I really needed. So sometimes you wake up from a nap that you've needed for like a good long while, and then you think, why can't I always feel like this? This is magical. Dungeons, Burning Crusade. So, ooh, I could do Aconite Crypts. I only have 8 pieces out of there. Mechanar... Yeah, no, I'm only halfway through Mechanar stuff, so I can pretty safely do that. If I wanted to quickly get to the Mechanar... I mean, quick is a strong word. I don't have any great ideas that aren't just go from Shatrath. So I'm not an alliance. I can't just go through that portal. This portal. Where do you get the scythe? The scythe. Oh, that's a Drust scythe from... That is a Drust weapon model from Shadowlands from Ardenweald. Where did I loot it, though? What's it called? I can figure this out. Did the Akandun dungeons for rep? I thought Magister's Terrace was fastest. They're all pretty good. They're all quite short. They're all quite fast. A lot of people like to do Magister's Terrace because if they don't have the mount yet, it's a valid mount farm. No engineering. World Quest? I think it might have been a treasure. I just want to find out what it's called. It's called the Witherscorn Reaper. Witherscorn Reaper. And then if I wow head it, I don't want Ndasta to spawn and not get my hopes up. I've already killed him for this week. It's a zone drop. Oh, it's a green. Dropped from Hunter Vivana. It's a 2% drop off of a rare. It can also be contained in the Decayed Husks. I think that's mostly... the Decayed Husk treasures were mostly where you're getting the dress models from there. But you've got a 2% chance from this one particular rare as well. I'm pretty sure I got mine from the treasure, from the husk. Sounds good. Cereal, simple joy. It's, I'm starting to forgive cereal. No further context. No, I'm starting to be, I'm starting to make my peace with it. Hot cereal, I made my peace with a long time ago. Oats and I go back a ways. I appreciate oats because they are hot, and they are food, and they are cheap, and they are breakfast. And those are 4 things that are sometimes difficult to get all at the same time. But cold cereal, where you just kind of put it in a bowl and then you add your milk, and never the reverse because I'm not a monster, is, it's a perfectly valid format of breakfast. It's just, it's cold, and mornings are cold. And this is something that I coped with a lot as a kid in school because, you know, you got to get ready for school real quick. You got to eat something. You got to go. No one's got time to be making eggs and toast. I mean, you can manage toast, and I did, but Shatrath, Hasuna, Valdraken, Silvermoon, almost Shatrath, Dalaran, Jade Forest, Zoldazar. I have a feeling I have to go up the stairs. What did cereal do to you? It's just the memories of like school mornings, especially like in high school, where it's pitch black outside because you're getting ready for school at like 5, 6 a.m. and it's winter time and the sun's not coming up for hours. It's freezing cold. And you're just sitting there in your uncomfortable school jeans, just scarfing down some Costco mini wheats and milk. And I'm not, it's fine. It's just cold. I think I suffered from not being warm enough until I got old enough to dress myself better. War Spear, Caverns of Time. There's Shatrath. We found it. Porridge is my morning food, hot with a bit of honey. Cereal's the enemy, not filling. Sometimes I just need something to provide some amount of energy to get me until lunchtime. Mostly because, and you know, a little tiny bit of variety. There, well, this is Shatrath. I guess I'm just gonna fly. I guess we're just gonna flap on, well. Meow. That's right. Flap on up this way, generally speaking. F tier food. Adore cereal, glad you're discovering its good side. I've made cereal feel cuter by decanting it into a clear-sided but sealing pantry container so that I can keep it from getting stale. But you can view your cereal in a way that the box does not allow for. And also, I am terrible, rubbish at sealing cereal bags, like in the box. I either take the entire bag out of the box, and then it loses its proportion and dimensions and no longer fits back in the box. And then I get frustrated and I don't properly twist tie it closed or use an elastic. Or I leave it in the box and then I have cereal pieces falling down the sides outside of it. And then again, I just don't have enough presence of mind. I'd say in the morning, but really at any time of day to take good attention and care to the sealing of plastic bags and stuff, especially when it's just cereal. So the snap top container is crucial. Want to do this too with other grains and teas? I got I'm a big fan of of pantry containers, especially if you label them, especially if you can see through them. Mind you, my cupboards are not open, so I don't have to worry about like light getting like degrading any of my foodstuffs. I suppose my herb rack is out, but we're not kidding ourselves. I barely cook. The teas. My tea cupboard has I could use one for tea actually. Actually, I have one that maybe I should use for tea. I think I have an empty one that I could just put my tea bags into for like my cheap teas. I have my loose leaf teas that are all in their different labeled tins in my tea cupboard, but then I also just keep like a big old box of Tetley because sometimes you just need like a cup of tea. Those could probably go into a container too. I just like reasons to use my label maker. MSAT, thank you for the 35-month resub. Happy Saturday. I went to the dealership to look at SUVs with a friend of mine. He asked the sales guy, cargo space? And the guy replied, car no do that. Cargo road. Oh, man. I wonder how long the sales guy was waiting to use that one. That's brilliant. I think it would be I would be very funny selling cars for approximately one shift, where I tell people about how it's got the beeper on it and how you know, you can go left and right, up to you, choose your own adventure, and then I think they wouldn't want me to work there anymore. Boxes, the cardamom tea bags. Oh, got the Love Rocket this year as well. On the last day of the event, oh, suspense. It's so sunny and lovely outdoors. It's such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. And it's a Saturday. It feels like the world's full of possibilities, except that I haven't made any plans. Maybe I should try and get outside before I go back to bed later. That would be a good idea. See a little tiny bit of sunshine. I have not labeled my label maker yet. I've yet to achieve this level of meta. Adjustable sizes. I can adjust the size of the font, although I cannot adjust the size of the label tape, so I can just, if I want a really teeny tiny label, I can choose to print in a smaller font size, but then I must trim the label tape with scissors, which doesn't bother me that much. Although I haven't made labels recently. I feel like I went in a spree. I used them to label a bunch of cards that I was putting embroidery floss onto, and then I used them to label my pantry containers. And then that one mango. The mango was really just a prototype. It was just a proof of concept. Which, that's the botanical. Oh, they're labeled. They're labeled. You mouse over them. Speaking of labels, you mouse over them out here and it tells you which one it is. This is magic. This is fantastic. I don't think it matters what difficulty I'm on. I think I can just be on anything. I'll do a heroic just to start. Yeah. Graphics settings jacked up. Don't remember the area looking so nice. I turned something up, but I thought I did it on PTR. Maybe you just haven't been in a while. I keep some things very low. My shadows I keep basically off. I keep liquids quite low too. And then my view distance is only like half. Even detail's only like half. But I try to keep other things turned up to compensate. I just want to make sure that I have enough extra juice in the rig to make sure that my stream is running fine and that I'm not having to, you know, all the different children that live inside the computer aren't getting into fights too badly. So I am getting rep with the Shatar and with Orgrimmar. It's not even an either or, it's a both. That's exciting. I am trying to get to Exalted with Orgrimmar because that will prepare me to start the Heritage Armor quest line. You do have to do a quest line when patch comes out. It's not, you don't just get Heritage Armor, but if I want to be able to start that, I'm gonna need Exalted. So if I wanted to like track that, Orgrimmar, show as an experience bar. Yeah, it's gonna overwrite my action bars, but that's okay. That's because I'm not finished leveling it. If I was level 70, we wouldn't have this problem. Botanica's faster. I need some transmog from here. Look at all these pieces I could get. I have a helmet and then an axe that could drop from Sepethria. And then there's a kilt. I need kilts. I'm actually shocked that I haven't come back here to farm the kilt just because I like my casters wearing skirts often. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. And it's surprising to me that I haven't got as many of them as I can because there's not that many relative to like cloth, you know. I am hard casting. I'm hard casting. What are we saying here? Chain lightning, and I'm starting to feel like maybe that's not my best move here. Maybe I should just be spamming frost shot. But it chains. Are kilt skirts in WoW? Yes. Probably not Diablo 4 for me. No particular current plans. Never say never, but I will say I don't have any plans. I wonder if when we get to the end of this one, if the fastest way to repeat it is to like do the group finder trick that ports you out after a minute or so, or if you run back through the whole thing. I feel like I've farmed this before. Although apparently not that much because I still need appearances. Quests. Oh yeah, there are prerequisite quests there. I can't get that done. Won't worry about those ones. I think there's a back door. Okay. I have my espresso and a warm hoodie. I am ready for the morning. Do any of you guys also figure out exactly what you're going to wear before you set a toe out of bed so that you can minimize the amount of time that you were out of bed but not yet knowing what you're going to put on? I do this. I don't even need to. I have an interim. I have a big fluffy robe I can wear in the morning, you know, into and out of the shower and stuff, so that I don't need to be concerned with freezing in the interim. But I still make sure that I know exactly, like, I'll think through my inventory of clothes and I'll think through my current mood and the weather, and I'll figure out exactly what we're wearing before we get up. Have you been able to appreciate some of your new Mog items in your Evoker? Can't recall how much of it shows. In Drakthir form, not so much. Evokers show, or Drakthir I guess, shoulders and belts. Sometimes helmets. Oh hey, I got a helmet. But most of the time just basically shoulders and belts. And it's ridiculous. So I don't really worry about what my Drakthir is showing. I used to hide those like shoulders and belts in all of my mods so that I wouldn't see them in my Drakthir and then have them overwrite her character creator armor, but I've given up on that. I just don't look that closely anymore. I thought this was a gauntlet. Do you guys give reputation? You do give reputation. Every morning. Pick out my outfit the night before. Otherwise, standard hoodie, massively baggy sweatpants. But which hoodie and massively baggy sweatpants is the question. I have this giant baby blue fish sweater with like pastel pink sweatpants. I look like a marshmallow, and this is deeply pleasing to me. You gonna come back up here? You itchy? You should probably do your nails again, eh? Hey. There we go. Oh, she's never been through the Mechanar. Would you drop me the kilt? You would not do that. Rude. Oh, the exit's right here! The exit is right here! I don't know. I think it's just because people said, oh man, you should do the Botanica. You can get out right by the end of it. Makes it really easy to run repeatedly. That made me think, well, that you can apparently counts for more than one. Reset instances. And then we're gonna make sure that we're on normal, because I don't even think we can do heroic again. But I'm pretty sure it's all the same mug. Are you? I've lost you. Oh, you're underneath there. That's fine. You can sit by my feet. Yeah, still same appearances, same color. They didn't start recoloring stuff back here. That's why Mechanar is better. Wear the same hoodie for a week. I did not change it. You're right, I did not change it. I meant to. I was clicking in that general vicinity. This is empty. Would you live here if the rent was cheap? Or I guess if the price was cheap and then you had an affordable mortgage. Oh, I probably changed my raid difficulty. I changed my raid difficulty, that's what I did. If I'm going out somewhere, plan the outfit in the head, change it a million times, then go back to my original outfit. If I have time to, and I'm going somewhere, not that I ever go anywhere, but if I did, I do actually kind of like the trying on all kinds of different things together. I like having like full-length mirrors that I can use to check out my outfits, and it's kind of fun to be like, oh no, this top's good, but no, we can't wear these pants. What about this? What if we tried this? Especially because a lot of things involve different layers. I'm a big fan of putting on your nostalgic pop music and trying on all your clothes. I don't know if I'll ever grow out of that. It might have an echo. Dress up is fun. Oh, this place, yeah. That's true. I guess if I wanted to stream in here, I would probably take one of these big old cubes And then I would I would put pillows on the inside, and then I would sit right in the middle of all of the pillows. And that would be my pillow cube. That's where I would live. And if you want to know where I am inside my pillow cube. Maybe in one of these big ones. You can do repeat heroic, you just reset. Oh, maybe you can. It looks like the appearances are the same either way. The reputation looks the same either way. I'm getting about 15 org rep per mob for this. I am up to 3,301 reputation after my first kill and a bit. I've gone the wrong way though. We've got a bunch of stuff to clear down here. I had some thoughts about doing the orc and then also doing the human today, but I feel like if I do, and then yeah, 300 orc rep for that. If I do get my my orc finished, probably do something else, and then maybe do the human tomorrow would make more sense to space it out a little bit. I still could do Tomb of Sargeras, have not done that yet for the week. I could do that in all kinds of different difficulties because the amount that I need can drop even on LFR, so if I wanted to I could do Tomb 4 times just on my main. And I might want to. I might want to. Good day, Hazel and chat. Good day. Cat. Cat. Meow. How you doing? How are things with you? Okay. It's probably more efficient to not worry so much about full clearing every living soul that's ever set foot in these halls, but where's the fun of that? How did I miss that guy? I walked right by him. I'm coming. At least as a shaman, I have Ghost Wolf, which is nice. It's not the fastest sprint in the game, but it's a toggle, which I appreciate. It doesn't hurt me like Burning Rush. I can just kind of be a dog. Woof, you know. Enjoy Big Pop servers. They're all one faction dominance. Want to play both factions? Any suggestions? I would take a bit of time to reflect on what it is that you want to do that the faction imbalance is preventing you from doing. Because these days, the faction does not matter very much. It affects a couple of things, but not very many things. There are most of the reasons why that used to be a problem have been kind of sorted out by cross-faction gameplay. It took me this year to learn LFR, still playable. Am I editing more visually instead of mostly by audio? Why? I'm scared. Why? No. If that question was backwards, I would be worried that I had left like a, I don't know, a big wheel of cheese in the corner or something. Was it alright? The video? I thought it was okay. I know it was a little short, but it's just we said what we had to say. Alright. A wheel of cheese in the background. Kira might try and eat it. Kitty, would you eat decorative cheese? We have 300. 300 rep from that. Oh, I got the axe. Is it cool? What does it look like? It is kind of cool. Seemed okay to me. Thought it was good. Aw, thanks. I recorded it at like genuinely midnight, so the trains of thought were a little bit off, but I was better rested than I have been in a long time. Oh, it looked good. Cats felt more refined. I guess I've just gotten some practice this week. I've always known how to do it. I just haven't really had a ton of. Usually, when I'm editing the news video, I'm on the tail end of a procrastination bender, and it just doesn't feel like it matters to make it very polished. I guess I feel like I've been around long enough that people kind of know what to expect by now. And hey, I got the kill. I don't know. But yeah, I've had some practice this week. Decorative cheese sounds cruel, tempting forever. I don't know if the visual aspect of cheese is the thing that makes it most appealing. I feel like it's the concept of dishes that incorporate cheese as opposed to cheese in isolation. Although I will say that, like, if I had like a big wheel of brie that was artificial, because you would want it sliced so you can see like the crust but also the creamy interior of the brie. It might be too early for cheese. Okay. Now, we still need another thing, I think. I still need... Yeah, I need some gloves from Pythalion. But then I can go do Botanica or something else so that I can get... There's more Mog that I need. Do you trust Kira to give you an honest answer and if she would eat cheese? No, no, she's a dairy fiend. I think she's more prone to more kind of clear forms of dairy. I think that she's more likely to go for like milk, cream, maybe yogurt, that kind of thing. Never too early for cheese. Totally fine with the news videos. They're, the thing I appreciate about them is that they are relatively consistent. I do one almost every week, and it keeps me on top of what's going on, and it keeps me putting something out, like not abandoning YouTube completely, because I don't want to abandon YouTube completely. I'd like to remember that I have a channel, and sometimes when I make news videos, it makes me want to make other videos. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but it's a nice thought. Never enough cheese. Oh, my bags are getting toasted. Oh, I never did look at the all the things thing. Not collected. Learned from another item. Okay. My bags are getting toasted with all this different pieces of loot. So they're green. They're BOE. I do know them. Do I know them? No, I just know them. The heirloom is still blue. Ooh, these are, I can learn these. Those are pants that I can learn. Hey, free transmog. So, the piece that I'm looking for gloves from Pythalion. That's what we're looking for. I think the mole men in WoW will solve all my problems in life. Twitch, YouTube is my main thing. Yep, that is my primary, between the two of them, those are my primary source of income. Content creation as a whole is my only source of income. There are more revenue streams than that, but those are the big ones. There is a list of add-ons that I use. I have it right there. That's the one. Big old Google Doc. But I wrote the Google Doc, so I know it's a scary looking link, but I promise. It's just a Google Doc. I feel like I had some thought about using a link shortener, and then I thought that looks even sketchier than a big link. I have no trust for link URL shorteners. Look nice today. Well, thanks. Hi. Yesterday, I had a nice time doing makeup in the middle of the night before recording that video, and I thought I would like to do this more. The trouble is, I think I need to try a different type of makeup remover, because the one that I'm using now, you have to really kind of work for a while to get all of it off so that you don't have like mascara smudges on your face cloths and stuff. And it's and it irritates my skin by the time I get to that point. Like my face burns, which does not seem like a good start. It's a lot easier to just not wear mascara than to go through that. But I think I just need to accept that perhaps that one bottle of makeup remover that I've been using for the past year and a half is not necessarily the thing that's gonna work. Maybe I should just go back to something else. Farming the old dungeon for reputation. I want to get my org rep sorted out so that heritage armor, so that I can start the heritage armor questline when it's added on Tuesday. Maybe it's old. It is old. It is past its shelf life for sure. I feel like it burned even when it was new. I feel like it was a brand that I'd never bought before that I bought because it was on sale. And I probably should have given up on it a while ago, but I've been being kind of cheap. Let's grab original gentle makeup remover. I'm gonna need something. I'm probably just gonna get the Neutrogena oil-free thing again because I know I can get it from my local drugstore here in Canada, and I don't want to go buying anything online. I mean, maybe I can get that one at like a Shoppers or something. Learn for different armor type or class and is bind on equip. How long would it take to do the quest to be totally done here? I don't know, is the thing. They had prerequisites that took place out in the world, out in Burning Crusade, which led me to a feeling of foreboding, especially because it said that they have prerequisites. So it would be a bit. There are like things I can totally get from that, and on the day that I decide that I'm gonna really try to not 100%, but maximize my transmog. I'm gonna have lots to do. But on that day, I don't think that running the Mechanar is going to be the stopping point for my grind there. Saga, no thank you for the 29-month reset. Time flies when you're having fun. Oh, does it ever? Any luck? Nope. Yeah, I guess just having that one piece left doesn't make it all that, it doesn't make it all that, worthwhile to stay in this one for the Mog, but come on, give gloves. Reminded me that I need to run this instance for Orgrep so I can do Heritage Gem Request. How are we all this fine day and evening? I'm doing alright. I'm doing pretty good. It's amazing how you can be in the same life with the same everything from one day to another day, and something like a really good night of sleep or, you know, a bit of exercise or just finishing something that you were working on can make you feel like a completely different person. I think my trouble is that when I'm cranky, I get very dramatic. I am an extremely dramatic cranky person. So if I'm feeling a little, I don't know, beleaguered, fun word, I'll tend to take that very seriously, and then as soon as whatever it was that had me down is over, I'm like, oh yeah, I guess everything is gonna be okay. My grandma turned 81 today. Oh, it's my grandma's birthday again. Got an ad for the new Mario movie. Anyone here actually gonna see it? I can't say that I will, but I wish all the best to anybody that's going in. Hungover from yesterday. 7-hour photo shoot with 3 12-year-olds. One of them wanted herself and her 2 BFFs to have a photo shoot for her birthday. Oh, that's fun. That's super cute. Shakespearean moody. Off to weasel beleaguered casually into every conversation today. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better. 7 hours is a long photo shoot, though. Now that I think of it. At first I was thinking, oh man, being 12, birthday party, taking pictures. And then I thought, 7 hours. There was like wardrobe changes, right? Costumes, outfits, maybe lines? We're putting on a play? I used to do that with my friends when I was a kid, like a young teenager, but we would take the pictures ourselves. We would just hang out at somebody's house. We would try on all of each other's clothes, and then we would just take pictures of each other. And that was like a real fun way to hang out inside for the day. Done with the photos around 11 p.m. Holy smokes. It's a lot of commitment. I guess, well, I don't want to hit my instance camp, though. I don't think I have saved instances currently. Sometimes I use it, but sometimes I don't. And my thought was, well, I could try to, like, skip a bunch of this trash so that I can get through the instance more quickly so that I can try and farm all the Mog up, but... You know what? We're actually doing alright in the rep. I'm actually almost halfway there. I'm 9,758 rep in, and we've been at it for, what, like half an hour, maybe, at most? Because it took me a while to get out here. It's a pretty fast farm. It's no big deal. Outfit changes, light rigging, all kinds of stuff going on. Pictures turned out great, and the girls seem to have fun. Oh, that's awesome. Old self feels wrecked today. There we go. Shattered Hall is good for rep too. Basically, I want to say all, maybe not all, but most of the BC dungeons, and then even Cataclysm dungeons, you get more rep in the BC ones, but Cata dungeons are good for it too. I'm a big fan of getting Mog, but also variety. Oh no, I need from the last guy. So somebody that like wanted the Stonecore Dragon might farm in Stonecore instead of this because the rep will be a little slower, but they'll have a chance at the Stonecore Dragon. The exit's right behind the last boss. I have something to show you in that regard. I'm not saying that you're wrong about the Botanica. I think you're absolutely right about the Botanica. I just want to show you the last boss of Mechanar and then where the door is. Because I've heard that a couple times today and I had a moment earlier. Day had a long weekend, feeling wrecked. Much sympathy. Surrounded by armed forces aiming to capture it or force surrender. Besieged. Petition to replace the term swatting with beleaguering. I would prefer that we all as a society just kind of delete swatting as a general practice from the lexicon. So here's Bethalion. There's the last boss. And then there's the door. And then there's the boss. And then there's the door. I'm sure Botanica's also like that, which is great, but it's not the only one. Where are my gloves? Buddy, I would like some handguards of the steady, please. Am I gonna wear them? Maybe. Guide them with poses, be the check lighting victim. Now, I would love to know from you and from anybody else with expertise or confidence in this sector, how in God's green earth do you pose for photos? I have never figured this out. I have tried. I have trial and errored. I have spent time with the mirror. I have taken, like, I've done photo shoots. Self-directed ones, mind you. And I am an absolute menace who does not know how to use my own face and or body. I have no idea. I've watched like YouTube videos and like articles and tips and guides and stuff on different ways to pose, and they'll give you advice like make triangles with your limbs and keep your arms away from your body and relax your face and smile with your mouth but not your eyes, and like there's different things and they all make me look psychotic. I'm not that attached to taking pictures, but I would probably post more of them if I felt capable of taking something that didn't make me look like I'm planning to eat you. It's about lighting. Can't take selfies to save my life. Hands on hips, slight smirk. The only thing that works. Did not give myself the photogenic feet, big oof. Smiling without your eyes. It's mostly just a, or there, maybe, you know what, I think I have it backwards. Maybe it's like an eye squint with a more relaxed mouth. It's one of the two. I get uncomfortable when I know that there's a camera. For photos anyways, I can handle this. And sometimes that's what I'll do is instead, if I need to take photos, I will, instead of trying to take photos, I will take a video. I will try a variety of poses, and then I will go through and see if I can grab any frames and use those as the picture to post, because that's at least a little bit less dependent on you getting like the perfect shot. I'll only take good photos if I'm friends with the person taking the photo. Yeah, I have a tendency to over squint and over contort my face with like really big smiles in pictures, and I'm uncomfortable and you can tell. So it looks like I'm trying to fool a very big bear into thinking that I am definitely not food. Need the outside perspective. Someone else tells me how to move to look good. What you up to? I am in the Mechanar, getting some Orgrimmar rep and trying to make Bethalion give me a pair of gloves for Transmog. I want the Org rep so that we can do Heritage Armor when patch comes out on Tuesday. Well, Wednesday. Is that how you deal with bears? You heard it here first. 10 poses you like from other people. Yeah, I don't know. I've done the market research thing. I spent my time on Instagram. I don't know. I have very little. There's a reason why I post approximately once every never. I think the other reason is that I can't figure out what it's for. I understand that Instagram can be used for marketing, and I understand it can be people make content and make money from advertising, and I know some people use it to like, I don't know. There must be some inherent value to like curating an aesthetic or showing a style, and people like use the photos as like inspiration. Like there's got to be some point to it, but whenever I'm like in the middle of trying to get a picture to put up there, just because out of some notion that, well, I'm a content creator, I should probably post something, I usually end up going, but why? For whom does this serve? This is for nothing. Ask your parents to stalk you with cameras ready. Disco machine here. Yeah, I should be able to. Whenever it starts. Has it started yet? I've heard something vague about that, but I don't remember the dates. But I do have drops enabled, so all the standard drops are... All the standard drops, as long as they're not restricted to like a certain category of people. Like that time that they had only world first streams for a thing. Sponsorships. Yeah, and I've thought about that, but I don't even do sponsorships on the platforms where I make content. I don't think that... I think I'm kidding myself if I tell myself, oh man, I'm going to grow my Instagram following and then I'm going to start plugging whatever people sell on Instagram. I don't know. I mean, you can use it to sell your own stuff too. I could use it to promote like videos or something. Oh, my bags. These bags. Oh, I have lots of grays that I can send places though. Oh, and a hat. This still happens to me. It says collected and then it says not collected. And then it says not collected. And then it says that I can use it to add it to my appearance collection. So I think I'm gonna just click on it because, sure. It's funny to me that some of the grays, I feel like they originally had a plan where some grays and items were going to be like right click add to appearance collection like that thing. And then they realized it was gonna be way too much work and then they switched to just making everything BOE and work like everything else does. All right. I wanna clean this up a little bit. Yeah, Kira's meowing. She's chatty recently. So it shouldn't send anything that... So I can pretty safely get rid of the blue check marks and the yellow check marks. I mean, I could sell them, but let's not get carried away. Blue check marks and yellow check marks are fine. We can check those. We've learned those. It's... Nobody wants all that. The stars we can send to somebody. Oh, that's a reagent bag. I'm gonna make a nice little pile. That I can just learn. That's an axe that we can just learn. This the add-on is called Can I Mog It? If anybody was looking for it, is the one that is marking these things on their icons with that tells me whether or not I know it. The star means that you can learn it, but you'd have to send it to a different character first. It's like learnable, but not in your armor type. But it is BOE. If it's learnable, but not in your armor type, and it's BOP, then you're out of luck, and it'll have a different icon for that. Okay. Was one of those things valuable? Sometimes I see like a robe, and I think somebody might want that, but that's nah. Wanted to do it to invest the time and patience. It just doesn't seem... There's not a clear enough value proposition from investing that time and patience. And it feels like, of all the places that I could invest time and patience, that one doesn't seem the most likely to pay off, I guess. I think if I was more excited about my fashion style and I wanted to show it for its own sake, then maybe. And it's not that I'm not excited about my clothes. I like my clothes. I just don't want to get sucked into a world where I feel like I want new and different ones because I've like shown everything. Not that I would ever get to that point. I have lots of t-shirts. Hi. Hello. I love this cat. She's a really nice cat. Do I... Yeah, no, I don't need that. I can get rid of these. She was on my lap yesterday for most of the day while I was working on the news video and stuff. And I was petting the cat and I was thinking this, sometimes she feels like an extension of me. And I wonder if she feels the same way. I wonder if sometimes she's sleeping on me and I'm petting her and I feel just like the rest of her. Like we're one big combined strange creature that's like a little bit warm and a little bit fuzzy and a little bit sleepy all the time. Hi. We get rid of the check marks. We save all the stars. I'm sure I have some duplicates of stuff, but I want to just kind of mail everything to where it's going. Although maybe not right away. Maybe I'm just kind of narrowing it down. We're just going to save the bag space, you know? sorts. This is a great way. I didn't even think of getting all of this gray and white armor. That didn't even occur to me. Nope, nope, I need that. I still need that. I just need an offhand for it. I can never get rid of that one. I know you can sell the arcane tomes, I just don't want to. Anyone want primal nether? No. Not really. How do we feel? Can I get 35 gold? That seems like gambling on a 20 gold deposit. Still using the Sony cam as a webcam? This is a bigger Sony camera. This is an A7 III with a 20mm prime lens on it. Hazel brand of merch. Comfy clothes starring Kira. I have done that kind of thing before via Teespring, and I was quite happy with the stuff that we got from it. I never did a retro theme actually. That would be kind of cool. I've been enjoying. I mean, I know I've probably missed the wave. Did I not reset? I don't think I reset it. But I could get somebody to work on some retro stuff. You've moved up. Reset instances. Yeah, there we go. There we go. She your second player? Yeah. Hi. I wish she would sit nicely in my lap, sitting with one front leg on my desk, leaning onto my keyboard and occasionally clicking. Still like the comfy shirt. Hazelnutty branded worm bins. Oh, the merch that all gamers truly need. Worm bins. Squirrel sweatpants, yeah. Yeah. Internet took a dive right as Hazel asked about posing for photos. Don't know if what I typed up went through properly. Let me scroll. It wasn't that long ago. You said 90% of a photo is good lighting? And that's what we got. But that is true. That is correct. The rest of it is this. Do your own energy drink. I'm not the biggest fan of energy drinks myself. I don't particularly, you know, everybody can eat or drink whatever it is that they prefer as long as it's not people, but I would maybe do like a green tea. I could see myself doing just like a nice straightforward gunpowder green tea, because that's my version of an energy drink. I find that's like a nice even, like it's caffeine, but it's caffeine in a way that tends to make me less jittery than just like coffee or like an energy drink would. His bloody notebook or something. Yeah. If I was a magic person that was really good at lots of things and I could do projects like that to a higher standard, it would be cool to offer lots of different things, because I can certainly design stuff and get like images through a service that prints them onto things for you, and I've done that before and I'll probably do it again. But my dream version of it would be like sourcing like the best version of something that I can find and then doing it really well, but then that makes it more expensive. So then my instinct is to, well, how do I offer the premium and then a budget option so that people can still, or like, what do you, you know, how do you work around that? I don't know. I usually get overwhelmed whenever I think about it, and then I think you should just make some YouTube videos. Why don't you get off your couch and go talk about World of Warcraft? And then I don't make any merch. Talking about eating people, have you seen the movie Fresh? I have not. Is it good? Is it frightening? Is it scary? What are energy drinks supposed to do? I mean, presumably energy. I know people use them basically as a stimulant to help get them through shifts and get them through studying. People will use them like either in the place of coffee or just to, you know, support doing any given activity for longer hours, potentially at the expense of a little bit of your do it like the big YouTubers, just drop ship garbage. Yeah, there is that. Hmm. I wanna... If I was just like dream designing things, I would want to do the stuff that I like using. So the notebook is a really good one. Sweatpants. But I would want the sweatpants in the dream world to be like a pretty heavy weave cotton that's made in Canada or the USA and not something from overseas. And I would want it to be embroidered and not printed. And those would be like the source cost would be almost $100, which makes the markup they'd just be way too expensive for most people. You know, it is not very good for anybody's reputation to ask for hundreds of dollars for a pair of sweatpants. Because I may be the only person that's crazy enough to do that kind of thing. What about pockets? Oh, of course they'd have pockets. What kind of sweatpants don't? I mean, I guess some sweatpants don't have pockets, but nothing that I'm getting into. Love for t-shirts would be in that list. Yeah. I could do a retro style shirt. The trouble is that a lot of the t-shirts that I love are genuinely secondhand. And if I'm selling a shirt, unless I decide to split off and become like a thrift reseller, which has its own bag of worms, it's not going to be secondhand. It's going to be new. I didn't get the gloves. He really doesn't want to give those to me. Hazelnutty hair clipper. The head mower. Hi, kitty cat. Reset instances. Do I want to break from the Mechanar? I might want to break from the Mechanar. Let's go mess around with a different dungeon. Trout shirts. Pair of sweatpants with cargo style pockets. I was looking around this morning because I had some desire for like cargo / utility pants, but I didn't want to pay a crazy amount of money for a pair from like a fashion company. So I was looking at like the workwear companies. And I feel like what I would want to do is probably just go thrifting and see if I can find like a pair of pants that it would be better if I could sew better. If I was better at tailoring, I could just like thrift a pair of like men's pants that are a bit oversized for me and then take them in the right places so that they kind of fit, because I want them a bit oversized anyways. I'm just maybe I should just work on that. You know, practice. I'm never gonna get better at anything if I don't do it. What kind of mog do I need from here? I need 5 pieces. Okay, that is very good. I can work with that. I'm constantly at war with myself because I love clothes and I like the novelty of new clothes, or even just new to me clothes, but I don't like owning a lot of clothes. I tend to donate lots of stuff so that I don't have like a big wardrobe on hand. And I don't want to be cycling through stuff crazy often. I prefer to like wear things out when I have the opportunity to. So it's not a ton of winning with that one. Ooh, look at this. Oh yeah, I guess it is the Botanica. So I guess they got mushrooms in a window box. Look, it's shivering. Do they do that in real time, in real life too? Do they just go woo and then just like shake off like mushroom dandruff? Because if so, that sounds charming. I do have a buzz cut now. Wanna see? Mode head. Slightly cold head. Picky with my clothes, items that are old because I take care of them instead of buying more, just like me. I appreciate that it is immune to being messy. And I will never, as long as my hair is this length, I will not have bedhead. I do not have to, it doesn't matter if I didn't do a good job of drying it out of the shower. It's basically, it's in hair timeout. It's not going to be frizzy. It's not going to be messy. It's not going to get tangled. It's going to be very consistently there, and feels good to shower. And plus I can maintain the cut myself without having to go see anybody. My hair grows pretty fast, and I'm not wildly good at cutting my hair. Maybe, I mean, I'm okay. I did my own bangs for years, but I can I'm just buzzing it all down to one length. It's not a very high stakes job. Still wear some of the clothes I wore in high school. You want X, but you want it to happen magically without work? Well, of course. Don't we all? I feel like it's not just that I want it to happen without work. I want the work to feel worthwhile, and I want to know that there is a solution to my problem, and some of my expectations are just unrealistic. I want to be able to, for example, sell something that is affordable and high quality and ethically made, and that's really a pick two kind of situation. And that's usually where I get stuck. Having to shave weekly gets pretty old. Sure gets cold up there. And so far, maybe it's just a novelty. So far, I'm still really enjoying shaving weekly. I kind of look forward to it, but I imagine that then the shine will eventually wear off of it. Yeah, but it's not about my definition of affordable. My definition of affordable only matters when I'm shopping for me. Do you guys dress up when running errands? Do you dress for comfort? Me? Comfort. 100%. Although, to be fair, most of my clothes are primarily comfortable. I'm only really putting on clothes that are for fashion's sake if I'm going... It's got to be a very particular mood, and I have to be going, I don't know. I don't know, just like a birthday or something. For if I'm just getting groceries, I am fully wearing my my brightly colored sweatpants. Alrighty. I have jeans that are I think they look, I like the way that they look, and they fit me nicely. And my thinking is that if I just wear them in enough, and I've been wearing them for years. I've had these for probably 2 years now. My thinking is that eventually I'm going to wear them into the point that they're going to be super comfy. But I don't know. I got too used to sweatpants. It's even the comfiest jeans are still only going to be marginally comfy when compared to genuine sweatpants. I like leggings too. Bamboo leggings you can get. I have some that were made by an Etsy seller actually local to me, and they're super comfy. They're just not very warm. They're very lightweight. They're better for summertime. And I wouldn't wear them necessarily as like just pants with like a crop top or anything outside anyways. It's the kind of thing that I would wear like a real long shirt or like layered under other stuff. Possible to find comfy jeans? Yeah. I've heard that the trick is to find ones that have the correct amount of like a blend of fabrics, like some that include spandex so that they're stretchier. I don't know why I want my jeans to be like 100% cotton denim. I have this idea that that's going to make them more something. I guess a little bit more durable in the long run. But I also wanted to be kind of oversized and not super skin tight. I feel like I'm done with skinny jeans. I don't care if they come back. I lived my years in skinny jeans. I do not want them anymore. They can move on without me. It'll be fine. Yeah, farm and rep. Actually, almost done as it happens. I am at 18.7 of 21k. We got most of the mog that we needed from the Mechanar. I was missing one piece. And then Pathalion did not want to give it to me, so we're fighting. But, yeah, we're actually almost done. I have not been very lucky here. Warp Splinter could give me 2 different things, though, including a dagger. Kind of a cool dagger. Stretchy jeans more comfortable, lose your shape faster. Skinny jeans. I've made my peace with the fact that maybe I can deal with mid-rise pants again. I was very much about the high-rise pants when those came back in because I liked being able to wear them in crop tops without having just like vast expanses of midriff showing. I liked moderate expanses of midriff. And then I appreciated that there's just, you know, it felt like they were less prone to wardrobe malfunctions than the low-rise pants of my youth. I'd seen enough, you know, I'd seen enough in my younger years to not really want to be constantly worried whether or not your butt was out when you were like picking anything up. But yeah, the super high-rise stuff can also be kind of uncomfortable to sit down in. I will make peace with a compromise, but the super low-rise ones are not for me. The stories of low-rise mishaps, yeah, Not my favorite. And I feel like we overcompensated anyways. Like, we had the super low-rise pants, and then we were like, well, you know what we gotta do is we gotta make our shirts really long. And then we had, like, the crazy long tank tops and, like, the tunic shirts and stuff. And it just splits you up in, like, a really weird place on your body visually. No need to repeat that as I'm approaching 40 with devastating speed. Mid-rise ones just make me look like I have the longest torso ever. Scuzzy, I don't want to. I don't know why I don't want to, but I don't wanna. Alright, sort over here. I'm just gonna kind of filter out, pick out, what I'm gonna do this time is just pick out all of the pieces that I need to mail off later, and then I'm gonna vendor the rest. No, not that one. Give it back. Give the ritual scepter back. I should just stick it in a bank or something. That one is in danger all of the time. Yeah, I just need another, like, 1 run's worth of rep. Because, yeah, I can pretty safely check the rest of this. It's not worth, like, a ton of gold or anything, but it's not nothing. Tunics and leggings makes me feel like Link. If you're trying for the authentic BC experience, you would transmog a super mismatched set because back in BC we didn't have transmog. For a brief moment, I thought you meant British Columbia about fashion and mismatching because, I mean, I rarely, well, that's not true. I match a lot more often now just because I don't buy clothes in as many different shades. Like when I was a kid and a teenager, I had clothes in every color under the sun because I never really thought about my wardrobe as a whole. It was always just kind of in the abstract. This is nice and this looks cool and this looks good, and I would never think about what I would wear it with, and I had no respect for neutrals. So all I had were statement pieces that I would wear with other statement pieces. It was pretty awesome. But these days, I buy clothes in a much narrower range of colors. If it's going to be a color and not a neutral, it's usually either blue or green or maybe pink. And those are, like, I don't mess with red anymore. I don't really mess with yellows. I don't really do oranges. And having a narrower kind of color palette in your clothes makes it much easier to kind of mix and match all of them without having unexpected tone colors. I also don't wear things that are as saturated anymore. This is one of my brightest sweaters, and it's mostly because it has the big fish, and I can't let go of the big fish. Transmog options in British Columbia, only Burning Crusade. What real life transmog? Real life transmog is deciding which and how many coats you want to wear to make sure that you are still warm when it gets really windy. Matching outfits relatively easy. Trucker cleavage. I don't want to denigrate the good name of truckers. I'm sure many of them dress very, I don't know, carefully. Makes sense you don't feel right in those colors. Yeah. I've been enjoying a lot of neutrals, and I'm just afraid that I run the risk of becoming generally too beige. You get too many things that are in general random earth tones, and all of a sudden it looks like you've crawled out of a sand pod in the desert, and you're ready to start making clay bowls that contain your cinnamon toast crunch. You can find other euphemisms if that's what you want. I bet you can. But there's enough color. My trouble is I end up getting everything in the same color. My favorite color is like a dark blue, green, teal. Basically, the Evoker class color is my favorite color, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to be an Evoker, is they announced the Evoker class color, and I'm like, this is destiny. But because of that, and because I guess it was a trendy enough color that lots of things are made in it, a lot of my things are that color now, to the point that I look around and it's like a little bit ridiculous. Like, I have a phone case, a purse, and a jacket that are all in that exact same color. that I will sometimes wear all three of them and then I'll pull out my phone and I'm like, I look like I'm doing a bit. I look like I'm in a play that was about primary colors coming to life inside out style and then doing battle with each other. Evoker class colored hair, loved it. Mixing dark with selective parts of bright and bold. Dark slacks, blouse, an offensively loud tank top. Hazel new teal games. Am I exalted? I'm super exalted. I'm the most exalted. Orgrimmar loves me. This character's all ready to go. She doesn't even need to track that rep anymore. I could, if I wanted to continue running old dungeons, I could do this again on my priest, on my human, to get Stormwind rep all sorted out, but I think I might do that tomorrow. Especially because I have lower hopes that I actually need I guess I don't need to kill all the trash anymore if I'm just out here for bosses now. I have lower hopes that I need any transmog from doing it on a human. I think that I would have much more cloth transmog overall. So Thorngren, you don't have anything for me. I don't think. This way. Just bought the giantest box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I don't know why I use Cinnamon Toast Crunch as like a default reference cereal whenever I'm, I don't know, talking about cereal, despite the fact that I don't think I've ever had it. Or at least I've certainly never bought it. Maybe at like a friend's house, that kind of thing. Header image on YouTube has the long pink hair. Yeah, I'm awful about keeping graphics up to date. It seems pointless when my hair changes so often. If I keep this hair for an entire year, maybe I'll come up with something, but... What you up to? I was farming rep to get ready for Heritage Armor. I needed Orgrimmar rep so that I could start the Heritage Armor questline when it comes out on Tuesday. But I have my Orgrimmar rep now, so now I'm figuring out what's next. Also trying to get maybe a couple pieces of Mog here, if I'm lucky. I think after this I'm gonna go do Tomb of Sargeras for the Abyss Swarm. I want to do that. I want to give that a go. Plus there's plenty of Mog in there that my Evoker needs. Use NS, Nature Swiftness, before 1 Chlorine? CL the K-pop star. Colonial Leonshire. Chain Lightning. There you go. Don't have the worm. Yeah, I have the, I don't know, something else from that raid. Breaking up rep grinds is wise. Come on, Warp Splinter. Darn it. I mean, it gives me a cool staff. I just, I want that dagger. I don't know that I would specifically use it, but it's just kind of a cool concept. I like the real, you know, splintery looking dagger. Okay, this character's getting out of here. I look forward to sending all of these greens and grays, not greens, just grays, to characters that can learn them. I'm kind of excited about that. Maybe I should run my Belf Pally through some of this content for the rep. Alright. Yeah, that took not very much time at all. Like maybe an hour to get from Revered to Exalted, and I was not going particularly quickly. You could do it much faster than that if you were paying attention. Alright, we can get rid of all of these. I don't even want that one. Blades Bar Bagels. And then this stuff we can mail off. Poor dude's like level 23. Cats in Diablo 4, you can pet them. Game of the year. Do some rep grinds a day. She's missing a bunch. It's a nice feeling to kind of fill out the list sometimes. I'm gonna post these herbs. I want to level my shaman a little bit, but maybe not this morning. Maybe some other time. She's 62. She's getting more rested. She could use some of it. Oh, I have postmaster stuff. Why do I have postmaster stuff? I must have been not looting something. It looks like it's mostly boss blues. Any... I kind of had my hopes up that maybe some of them would be stuff that I need, but no. Alright, so my warrior, Crinkle, she can take basically... How much of this is plate armor? This is all plate armor. I'm sure some of those are the same piece, but she can just vendor the extras. And then also the swords. Swords. Okay. And then I've got cloth, and then leather. Cloth, leather. Okay. So my main, Inksy actually, can take all of the cloth. Not gonna worry too much about the doubles. And then I'll send the leather to my druid. Just a pair of boots and a piece of armor. Nice. They're rolling their back for tummy rubs. Attempting the Legion class order thing for another pally. Quests are hard to figure out where to go, what to get. Yeah, you're braver than me. There's so many cool appearances. There's a lot of cool stuff you can get from all the Legion content, but I get lost so fast out there that I haven't bothered in a long time. I want to get on my evoker. I want to go do Tomb of Sargeras, and I want to see if Mr. Sassy wants to give me an Abyss Worm. Do I want to loot all this stuff? No, because what if I get grace from other places? One day I'm gonna make a character and I'm gonna name them Shellfish. And I don't know exactly what Shellfish is gonna be yet. Probably not a warlock. But I've got the name locked down and ready to go. Oh. How you doing? How did you get so soft? How come you're such a soft kitty cat? I've checked other cats. They're not as soft as you. What's your secret? She has very, very, very nice fur. Do I know why lobsters don't share? Because they're hungry. That's gotta be it. Is that not it? Oh, this. That's right. Okay, hang on a second. I remember now. I was the end of stream yesterday and I was having a breakdown. I need to get these drinks. I can get most of them from the auctionist. 2 of them are BOP. I'm just gonna wowhead this. Oh, because they're shellfish. Save it for when we get Tortola. Don't they have a voice line about shellfish? Dragon's Day Off. Alright, I'm looking it up. I'm wowheading this. So the drinks. Do not drink the Riptide Brew. Okay. So, I can buy Flameslinger rum from dealer Vexel. So I'll start that. I'll do that first. Because I have some vague idea of where he lives. And then one other one is going to be not auction houseable. Hey there, Hazel. Hey there, chat. Hello. Wow, had we trust. One of them you have to throw into a windstorm to mix it. Okay. And then the rest of them are auction houseable. Sounds true. So, you'd think that I would be really good at getting into the snail cave because I did this genuinely yesterday. And maybe I'll be really good at it. I have a feeling... Nope. Ooh, expedition pack. I need that. I had a dream. Oh, hey, a cosmetic, but I know that one already. I had a dream that I had been doing the expedition packs wrong. I had a dream last night that I was trying to get the skitterfly from expedition packs, but I found out that I had been, like... There was some prerequisite that I hadn't met the criteria for. I should have the Worldbreaker title still. It went off, but I think I would imagine I would still have it. Yeah, there we go, Worldbreaker. Here's Vexel. Flameslinger rum. Okay, so that's just, I have that. Gonna make sure I don't buy it. And then the Whirlwind wine. It looks like we buy it from Cora Full Sails. Coltier Red, and we throw it at some rampaging wind. So she's in the Waking Shore, so we'll go get that first. Thought you lost the title if you died. I don't think I did die. After getting the title anyways. I think I died before I popped the, I was still farming the key when I died yesterday. So, Cora Full Sails. I pulled up the map and then I promptly forgot where I was going. It looks like kind of over here by the Obsidian Bulwark. On kind of the north tip here. She also sells something called Swag Slurp. That's what I'm going to start calling my green smoothies. Hi, I'm Hazel, and here's how I make my Swag Slurp. You're gonna need some frozen spinach. Cora Full Sails. There she is. Culture in red. You can throw it at... I'm gonna get an extra one. I'm gonna get a couple extra ones just in case. Also, I'm drinking some Swag Slurp. I've come this far and I've heard so much about it. It says, foul and delicious in equal measure. Cannot believe the command isn't updated. Yeah, me neither. Can't believe it. Shocking. You're right, I should do that. Will I? Yep, eventually. Okay, and then I need to throw it at a whirlwind. The rampaging wind is on this kind of like there-ish. Can I take a flight path? I'm lazy. I don't want to fly. One of you people will do this for me. There is... I know there's a flight path here. I know there is. I know there is. It's this way. Haha. Yeah, more or less. Alright. Why would someone carry a treasure chest on their back? To make sure nobody steals it. Or at least make sure that they have to be really brave. I'm gonna be right back. Alrighty. I'm back. 10:07 is this upcoming reset. 21st North America, 22nd EU. I was taking that wine to find a rampaging wind, which should be just around here somewhere. There's some rampaging water. There's a wind. There's a duck. And then I was gonna throw some wine at it. And then I get the wine. Oh, it just comes right back at me. I thought I might have to kill it to repossess it. Those are all Tuskar tackle boxes. I just want to make sure none of them were scout packs. And then, you know what I want to do? Is I want to get up on top of one of these things, just for safety. Pull up. Nice auction house. See about getting the rest of this so that I don't have to run all over the place. Riptide Brew. One of those. Clockwork Caleb, thank you very much for the 4-month resub. Very much appreciated. Also, Corgrain with an 8-month resub. Thank you very much. B. Arthur with a 10-month resub. Hi, Hazel. Hope you're having an awesome day. Thanks. I'm doing all right. Oh, I'm going to get my cat back. That's good. That's good. Pop Fizz Punch. 600 gold. Yeah, okay. Happy Trigger Sour. I probably have a number. Well, that was right. I probably have a number of what I would not spend for one of these things, but I don't know until I see it what exactly that number is. All right. What's the deal with this Happy Trigger Sour? How come? How come there is none? Where is it from? I'm looking this up. Happy Trigger Sour is just sold by a dude in the Waking Shores. Maybe I can make some of my gold back. He's at the same. He's right at the same place. Maybe nobody thought anybody would buy any of it. Talking new multi-faction guilds, opt our existing guilds in. I read somewhere that it's not so much cross-faction guilds as it is being able to join an opposite faction guild. So the guild would remain the faction that it was, but players of the opposite faction would be able to join. So if you didn't want to opt it in, then you would just not invite any of those people. And if you wanted to, then you would. This way. Wonder how much Scroll Squad's gonna fill up with that change. Horde Scrolls. I tore down more chalk. I don't need more chalk. I tore down the herbs in my indoor hydroponic growing setup. I gave a big herbal bouquet to my mother for a special occasion, and I'm resetting it to grow some new stuff. So today I need to like take it into my kitchen and like get all the extra little roots out of it and run a little bit of bleach through it and then rinse it out real good to get it all sterilized and ready for the next batch of stuff. And then I'm gonna grow some new things in it. But I do need to do that today because it's a big. I made a big mess yesterday. So every now and then I get into this mood where I want to do things and I just kind of bounce around and I do things, except that I don't finish things, I just start them. I will spend a couple hours just like wandering around my apartment, getting halfway through various tasks and then going, I'm done, and then moving on when I'm not generally done. It's not the worst thing because, you know, you get some amount of stuff done. It's more than just staying in bed. First mate, Callison. He's over here. He's right by the other person. It's going to be funny if he can sell more things. Happy Trigger Sour. One for me, and then I'm going to buy a couple for the auction house, actually. Oh, no, I can't I? It's unique. Ah, I see. Is it BOP? It is BOP. That's why you can't buy it. I gotcha. Okay. So there should be a mailbox over here. Herbal bouquet. Some of the Thai basil had started flowering, so I don't know if it would have the same flavor as it once did, but it definitely looked very pretty. Plus, I got to give her back her jar. She had dropped off some chili for me in like a big old mason jar, and I wanted to return her container to her, so I filled it up with herbs. Bed good, can confirm. I had such a magical nap yesterday that now I just want to recreate it, and I don't think it'll... I think it was because I was so tired. If I really want to feel that good again, what I need to do is get some exercise, get some things done to earn some tired, you know, and not just wait it out. That's the real trick, is earning your tired so that when you go to bed, it's like the best thing ever. I'm ready to turn in this quest, I think. Yeah, dragon stay off. Have you seen... Yeah, you have, haven't you? Have you seen this kitty cat? She's tall. Are you a tall cat? Tall girl? Hey. Yeah, I've been talking myself out of going for runs for like a couple of days straight. The trouble is that if I'm gonna do it, I have to get out of bed right when my alarm goes off, and if that doesn't happen, then I pretty quickly run out of time if I don't want to be super late. She's posing. Kitty cat, can you teach me how to pose? She has much better posture than me. She is pretty. I think so too. All right. One pet, please. Thanks. Spyro goes. You know, I never played a Spyro game, but I was aware of them because there was a full-page, full-color advertisement for Spyro in the front page of my Archie comic that I had as a kid. I had a couple of them that I would just read repeatedly, and I think at least one, if not more than one of them, had Spyro ads in them. So that's what I know it from. There was some kind of game they were trying to get me to buy, but alas, I was a child with no money. Pet journal, Spyro goes. Also, I was interested primarily in Pokemon and only Pokemon. Oh, that's cute. Cats do posing tricks naturally. Copying them would be a good show. I might just end up taking a photo where I'm just in a lump on my bed then. I'm just in like an egg form, loafing. Have cat ladies gone too far? I was going to Tuma Sergaris. That's what I was going to do. What's that? Hide piercing claw extensions. Does anybody want to buy it? Does anyone want to buy it for 25 gold? What I would take a rig and I would just do that with a tripod probably. I also don't think I would actually take that picture. I think I would feel more comfortable asking people to take photos of me for like Instagram and whatever if I knew how to get, like I knew what I wanted from the photo. I knew how to get it. I knew what I wanted the lighting to be. I knew what I wanted the pose to be. I knew how I wanted it framed so I could give some instruction on it. But I'm so vague on all of it that my best bet is always just to kind of try a bunch of stuff and then hope for the best. And that's like too much to ask other people to do. Any idea why Zereth Mortis greens for sale like 10k gold in the auction house? Transmog, maybe? Farm a couple, see if you can sell them. That might be good gold. Okay. There are... I don't need any of those anymore. I don't need those. I farmed a bunch of stuff yesterday while we were just out here farming our magmotes for our snail. Part of me wants to do some Naku defensive farming for the Stolen Breath of Onara, but the other part of me doesn't want that at all. I feel like if I just put it off long enough, then I won't. It'll, you know, maybe I'll. Well, the thing is, they're in 10.07. They're making them drop from Mythic Plus, but I'm not gonna do any more Mythic Plus. I'm done with Mythic Plus. I don't know, man. Get my new ring and then use that to crush normals or something. We can do it on stream. Anyways, I'm doing Tuma Sargeras, which means I need to go to Legion. Let's do the LFR one first, yeah? I would pay 10k to never go back to Zereth Mortis. There's a bunch of good guides on how to pose. I promise I've watched them all. At least the top 10 results. I have seen them. I have studied. I think I'm just a bit What's my problem? Oh, I don't know. Mic's open to BRB scene. Yeah, my my computer lost the mic hook and I had to add it back and it's ruined all my scenes again. I'm going to do the LFR first, which means I need to remember which wing. This is the LFR, the Legion LFR guy. He's got all of them. I want the Mr. Sassine wing, which I want to say is this one. I'm gonna try it. Have you tried being more photogenic? I've heard that helps a lot. Wouldn't know. I don't think that I'm not photogenic. I think it's like a nerves thing. It's like my discomfort shows up. I think I can look nice on camera. It just requires magical circumstances that never happen. Oh, you can do Legion LFR. You betcha. This is not the correct wing. However, I'm going to do it anyways because there is transmog that I do need from here, and I've already zoned in. Yeah, farming LFR is great for this because you can do it really quickly. It doesn't even involve as much travel time. So Sisters of the Moon and then Desolate Host means that I need to go kind of out the door in this way. We are our own worst judges. Not just Legion either. That's true. You can do BFA. Some bosses are mechanically impossible. That I have not been along to try yet. I feel like if I get caught up on the Legion stuff, then maybe. But I do BFA dungeons. I'm happy to do to go do like Freehold and Underrot and King's Rest. Have I done those yet this week? Actually, that's a good question. What are my lockouts like? No, I have not done Freehold and Underrot and King's Rest. Maybe I can save that for tomorrow too. LFR does our alarm at Paladin, except for Rasta. That floor is a trap. So, do I need, from LFR, Sisters of the Moon has a belt that I need, and then Desolate Host. I don't need anything from Desolate Host, but I may as well finish it because I don't know why, actually. I don't know why I feel like I should finish it. So Gates of Hell has Sassine. It's Goroth, Harjatan, and then Sassine, so that's the one I need to do. Any luck? Yeah, I got the belt. Nice. I suppose I'm in an in-progress raid finder, so if I really don't need anything from Desolate Host, I don't need anything from Desolate Host. I can just leave Instance Group. Now, you may run into instance limit, especially if you can enter 10 instances an hour. I guess, you know what, some of mine have timed out by now. I'm not going that fast. Wailing, Gates of Hell, that's what we want. But yeah, this is super, super fast because you don't even have to travel around inside the instance. You just get to port to wherever it is that you're going. If that gave Deserter, that would be very funny. Okay, so from this, I need 2 things from Goroth, 2 things from Harjatan, and then, of course, the mount, plus a helmet, actually, from Sassine. So lots of stuff from this wing of LFR. Really grinding Freehold and Underrot? Yeah, I think even just like a weekly clear. I don't know how much of it I'm going to do in Season 2. Plus, I have run instances that dropped mounts for an entire Mythic Plus season and never seen anybody get it, let alone myself. I wouldn't be mad at an earlier. They're fast enough to do too. It's not like a big deal. All right, two pieces of loot this one guy can give me. Oh, that's okay. He doesn't have that much health. I got one of them. I got the pain-singed arm guards. And then I need to go underneath now. Being a fine first boss, am I wrong? It was a bit more, yeah, it was there was some kind of a pillar and pillar shattering mechanic. I feel like it was a little bit more involved than a lot of the first bosses. I think that they've kind of toned down first bosses a little bit in terms of complexity to kind of give people an easy win on the front end of the raid. They've always been a little bit easier, but I feel like in the last expansion's worth of raids, they've really simplified the first encounter to kind of help ease people in more than previously. So 2 pieces I could get from here. Insulated fin pads. I need pads for my fin. Oh, I got pads for my fins. Those are Raid Finder boots. I wonder if I need any Cataclysm Raid Finder appearances. I remember running Dragon Soul in Raid Finder on my priest and thinking to myself, I'm never gonna get all this tier because I have to roll against other people for it. This is awful. This is terrible. It's never gonna work. LFR NPCs for Shadowlands somewhere too. Shadowlands, I don't know if they've added instant queue NPCs yet. They might have, but if they have, I'm not familiar with it. It's usually something that they put in for older content. SOTFO, not so much. Something of the first ones? Sanctum of the first ones? Be amazing if you got tier. Oh, Sepulchre. Sepulchre are the first ones. Yeah, Sepulchre had, what, the big wall boss? I guess that one, it was easy, but it wasn't necessarily straightforward. It had a lot of waiting. Had a lot of, just kind of, well, the next thing hasn't spawned yet. It'll be along in a minute. Eventually be an Orbos somewhere. Mm-hmm. Why do I call it wall boss? What do you mean? It comes out of the wall. It is a wall. I'm not the only one that calls it that. I did not get either of the things I needed from Sassine, so I'm gonna leave there. And then I could, if I was just after transmog, which I might be, I could just go do like the other 2 wings of Tomb Elefar. Or we can go to Actual Tomb, and we can try to get... We can go to Actual Tomb, and we can try again on the proper difficulty to get some different Mog, and also more chances at that Abyss Worm, because we can do it on all 4. This stuff vendors for a bit more. Not a lot, but more. Make it so the hard difficulty unlocks the previous difficulty. You guys excited about getting BFA flying on Tuesday? Those of you that have not, I know a bunch of people were waiting because Pathfinder for BFA was a bit of a project for somebody that hadn't started it yet that was wanting to go back. What are you gonna go do first? Lapse around Ashtar, gonna get Colturian once it's out. Excited isn't the right word, but it's a nice change. Hate questing a BFA since I can't fly there. Yeah, BFA flying will be possible without Pathfinder starting with this next patch with 10.07. They bumped it up. So I'm going to set my raid difficulty to Mythic. I'm curious as to how much Mog I'm missing from here now. Getting it when BFA was current was a Herculean feat. I don't remember it being that bad, but I guess I'm not 100% sure. It's like I got it at the time, and it had like the 2 different parts to it. To remove the rep requirement for allied races. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that's not already a thing, because I feel like they did that for some other ones, but... The nice thing about both Pathfinders and allied races, though, is it's one of those things that you do it once, and then you're just, like, set forever. Yeah. Alright, so I need the Mythic Pain Singed Arm Guards from Gorok. Yeah, I need a good amount of stuff. I want that hammer. I don't know when or how or if I would ever use it. I know it's like quite a bit of a rare drop. I want it though. 3.8% drop with a bonus roll chance of 30. I should be bonus rolling it, apparently. Working on it slowly, but missing 2 things for part 1, bunch of stuff for part 2. Making a big deal about buying flying and then take it away when they go back questing. There's no way that's a 3% drop rate. You think it's more or less common than 3%? Farmed it for quite a while. Go do Inquisition. Less. That's just what all the things thinks. Sometimes sometimes they're wrong. It's also possible that you're just getting real bad RNG though. Hammer's like 1%, maybe less. Is it true that you can bonus roll it pretty easily? Because 33% bonus roll sounds unreasonable. That sounds like one of those evoker bugs. Alright, you guys have 2 pieces of Mog you could give me. No, I don't have bonus rolls. I was just looking at the all the things table. I will remember to click on the yellow weapons. I will remember. There we go. I still need the Soul Rattle Ribcage, the mythic one. I had it drop on Heroic, and I learned the Heroic version, but there's a different colorway of it for the different difficulties. They're like 200k each. Maze looks great, but it's tiny, so I never mog it. I feel like I might mog it if I got it because it's tiny. I might like try to brainstorm some sort of understated mog that doesn't distract from it too much. We as heroes left the Tidestone. Ashara just walks in after us and takes it. Is that really what happened? I believe you. It's just that's I thought you were supposed to grab it. I thought you were gonna grab it. What do you mean Ashara grabbed it? I don't know if that's specifically the lore, but I hope so. That is the lore. What do you mean we lost Kevin again? I don't know, that's more realistic than a lot of things. Okay. Harshatan, I could get the mythic version of the fin pants. I want to check out, once I'm out of combat, I want to see if those shoulders are cool. I have a lot of faith in Legion like, transmog. Yeah, I have a lot of faith in Legion transmog to have, like, the helmets and shoulders and weapons be pretty neat. They made some awesome appearances back then. So that's Sisters of the Moon. I got my mythic fin pads too. Harjatan's all done. The next boss is the one that can give me the mount that I need, which is technically why I'm here. There's lots of raids that I need Mog from, but this is the only one that I need Mog. Well, not the only one, but one of the only ones I need Mog and a mount from. And Celifar stuff's gonna be so great for the upcoming Trial of Style event for me. There you go. Me when I was supposed to grab KT's Phylactery the first time. Armor and WoW looks like someone has started designing it, just never stopped. I think I'm really excited about the 10.1 stuff. I feel like they've really kind of pivoted to making the, and maybe it'll be kind of a pendulum thing and they'll pivot back, but it feels to me like the tier sets are very much about the class and not so much about the specific tier this time, which I appreciate. I feel like I like it when, like, your priest tier set looks priesty. Even more when it looks like you're like a Mechatron battle priest. Druid set's nice with the golden leaves. I should have used my big beam. There we go. Any luck? Nope. No luck. But what else can we get from here? We killed the Inquisition. We need Sisters of the Moon. Maiden, of course, for the hammer. Oh, I still need some gloves from Mythic KJ. Oh yeah, and then this is the part where you're supposed to die because it's faster than running back, but I'm just gonna run because my evoker wants to live. Do I hide shared appearances and all the things? Yeah, I do, I think. I'm pretty sure. As long as I have the appearance, I'm not too fussed about which item it came from. New preset. Might be my second favorite preset. I need to figure out if it's gonna make me take my alt any more seriously. It's not like I need to raid on my priest to get it. I would just need to play it enough to get it like a nice catalyzed set. Does it matter if she has it if I'm not gonna play her? Can't lose the World Breaker buff. I think technically I'd be okay to lose it now. I think. Did I do Sisters of the Moon yet? I didn't. They're right there. They could give me those shoulders. This is a trap. This one I always remember. It's later when I'm going through the hallways that they tend to get me. But Mox, how dare. I'll be happy if I can get those gloves from KJ. His, it's soloable. And it's actually pretty easy, relatively speaking, as an evoker, because you can, or a Drakthir, you can slow fall your way to break the momentum of the knockback, even if you didn't set yourself up for it very well. It's just, it goes on for a while. And it feels like one of those things that sooner or later, I'm going to stop paying enough attention. And it's just going to get me, and it's going to be very embarrassing. And everybody's going to watch, and they're all going to laugh, and they're all going to know, and they're all going to remember. Oh, don't forget to click on the thingy. Oh no, there's no thingy for this one. There's a thingy for the next one. I did not get the shoulders from there. I don't need anything from Desolate Host, but I do have to do it in order to open up the later part. This is the trap. Look at me learning. I say now. Remember when you died to KJ as an evoker? And I'll say, yeah, yeah, yeah. This is a neat fight. I could really stand. There we go. Another spot where you're probably supposed to die. Maybe this is the main spot that you're supposed to die. I could stand for something, but I forget what. I enjoyed Reliquary of Souls when that was current. Neat fight. Most of my memories of that one come from when I was trying to farm it for the pets, because there were 3 different pets that dropped from it for like raiding with leashes, and I feel like at least one of them did not want to drop. Oh yeah, I could stand to make 1007 a good PvP patch. Finally get into solo shuffle, set some character or another up, commit to the grind would be nice. That is a trap. What am I most hyped for in 1007? The vaults, the Scarab vaults are actually really pretty fun. They're neat. I'm looking forward to getting the my ring bits out of there and getting my ring all set up. Easy alt catch up. There's a new mount. There's a few things to do. Not too concerned about the storyline. I am kind of excited about the heritage armor. I'm set up to get that on my orc, and then I'm gonna get my human set up soon. I want what else? Aerial halt. There's a new dragon riding ability that we'll be able to get. There's like new dragon glyphs to get in the Forbidden Reach, and then you get them and you can afford a new dragon riding ability that basically makes your dragon slow down while in flight. So, so that when I'm flying around Urbing, I can actually like stop when I'm trying to land on top of a very narrow thing. It'll be great. I don't have to do the swoopy laps anymore. Artifact appearances, heritage armor. Account-wide balance of power. Balance of power mogs on all my alts. You can add normal abilities to your dragon riding bar. Never occurred to me. I haven't done it either. Do I have a good excuse for that, or did I just not know you could do it? Oh, this is OP. This is excellent. Oh, man. Evoker for life. Do that to dismount the dragon. Yeah, I think I must have just gotten used to... Because I know in Naku Defensive at first, I would get stuck on my dragon, and I would land, and I would be trying to heal, but my heal buttons wouldn't work. Alright, come on, maiden. I would love a hammer, please. Nope. I know it's quite rare, but you know. That is how you get it. You just have to get, you just gotta get lucky. And then I don't need anything from Fallen Avatar, but I do need something from Kill Jaden. Oh, you don't loot the hammer? Oh. Apparently I don't. Warriors can heroically leap on the stupid peaks to plant the flag. Blew my tiny mind. Wouldn't you need to, like, at least be able to get a target on it, though? Like, you'd get close to it? Yeah, there's a Hammer of Vigilance is like a rare transmog from Maiden of Vigilance. It's kind of neat. I remember being most jealous of warriors in Korthia because of all of the stupid mushrooms on the stupid trees that I would stupid fall off of while I was trying to stupid walk up to them. There was a number, and like the nests. And then meanwhile, the warriors and the warlocks are just going bloop, and then they're popping on up there, and I'm like trying to jump glide with levitate off of a nearby cliff because I found that easier than trying to jump up the thing. And you'd see a warrior just kind of like just move on along with their day. Makes me want to play warrior more often. Feel people around me seethe whenever I'd leap up. Yeah, you can Door of Shadows up there too, and you can even swap to Venthyr just for just exclusively to Door of Shadows. But I was stubborn and I didn't want to do it. I think actually eventually I made like a. No, eventually I did switch to Venthyr so that I could Door of Shadows, and I like spec'd my Soulbind so that I could double Door of Shadows, like there was an extra cooldown of it. I think it was part of my Korthia tips video, but initially I was seething. Is a good verb for it. This is a neat room. Crinkle rises. You know what Crinkle needs? She needs a good transmog and a goal. You can do most things in WoW if you pick one thing to work on, and you pick a cute outfit to wear while you're working on it. $22.91 Legos, never play her again. I feel like I did something on the warrior. Something was easier because I geared her up. I don't remember what. I remember feeling like I was glad that I'd done that though. Couple of keys? Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think I should accept about myself that I'm just not going to be a melee DPS person in dungeons. I don't even particularly, like, I'm more likely to be a ranged person in dungeons. If I'm doing dungeons, I'd rather heal. I think I've come to accept this about myself. I would just rather be healing. I want to just clear all of it. A couple of keys with the official squirrel team, 1 mythic 6 or something. Yeah. I would want to play a hunter more if they weren't so squishy. I'm not careful enough to get away with being a hunter in like group content. I can do it in outdoor content. Mess around with other specs and low keys. Yeah, it's true. Most of it is just kind of figuring out, ooh, can I get the hang of this? You know, like what can I do with like a basic level of having skimmed the Wowhead guide? And then I would find out what I could do with that basic level, and then it'd be like, well, that's as good as it's gonna get unless I want to put in some actual work, and that's usually where I tapped out. Hunter isn't that squishy. I hear what you're saying. I don't trust it. Based on my recent and current healing experiences both in live and in raid testing, I don't think it's enough for me. Does this guy still do his early knockback? I would do, I guess I'll find out. Is that health based? It's like 40%, yeah. Alright. I don't know if I'd ever seen the Shadow Silk before. Where's the Rupturing Singularity? There it is. What do I even want from Kill Jaden? Gloves? Yeah, gloves. It's always gloves. Like, there's no reason I should die to this with the ability to just kind of, like, jump back from it. That doesn't mean that I won't, though. I've managed to die to falling damage on an Evoker. I just panicked. I don't have good excuses. Always feels like cheating doing this in Demon Hunter or Evoker. I'm just glad that they made, like, a fancy new spec that can do all kinds of cool, fun things. That's like a ranged DPS, you know? Like, I was always kind of jealous of Demon Hunters and how fun it looked to be able to do, like, the double jump and the glide and have this, like, crazy modern, fun-looking class. But then I didn't want to be melee, and I didn't really like Demon Hunter that much, so them adding Evokers was just for me. There, that's one dead KJ. One pair of gloves, please! Then I can stop farming it. Gloves? No, man. No luck. That was mythic. I believe I am going to port out. And then, any of you guys wanna? No. Port out and then, oh, I see. There we go. Bump the difficulty down and then do it again, because the mount that I'm looking for can come from any of this. Clean up the bags a little bit. I'm glad I got that org rep done. I was worried that that would be like more than one stream's worth of doing. I hadn't done it in so long that I didn't really remember how long it was going to take. And that was nice and easy. We can do a human tomorrow. I'll take a priest through. Is that enough room? Yeah, it's enough room. So I want to go raid difficulty, bump it down to heroic, and then see what we're missing. My Shadowlands Human Priest, as far as I know, does not have full rep. I think once upon a time I had one that did, and I could poke around in Character Restore to try to figure it out, but it'll take me like an hour to get the rep sorted out, especially because she's a human on Hazeline, so I'm probably just going to do that instead. Alright, so on Heroic, I need the Heroic version of the gloves from KJ, so we got to go all the way through. And then just like a assortment of various goods from the other bosses. Hajdi, thank you very much for the 10-month resub. What are you most excited about with both 10.7 and 10.1? For 10.7, I'm excited about how easy it's going to be to get like a basic set of functional gear on my alts. I'm excited about these BOA alt tokens, and then the Onyx Amulet should be pretty easy to get for main and for alts as well, so getting them kind of up to speed, even if it's just for farming old content, but more chances to play some new stuff. And then Heritage Armor. And for 10.1, so far, the raid. Raid in a new season is always super fun. I love, I get like a nice break from it before it comes out. You know, we're done raiding for now, so I'm not going to have regular raid nights until Aberrus comes out. But when it does, I'm going to be super ready for it. So far, it already seems like a really cool raid. Okay. These guys have 2 pieces of loot that they could drop me. It's the only boss fight that still has 2. Ah, 1 nail. I got the flesh-raking leggings. Gnarly. I'm gonna remember to click on the thingy. There we go. And then we come back and we're gonna go downstairs. Predictions and when 10.1 hits. March, April, May, June? June? How do we feel about June? June sounds like... June sounds good. June's Diablo 4? Oh. I wonder how much fun the devs have with naming loot. Tinfoil Gang says June is the Diablo 4 release. People speculate late May. It wouldn't be the first time that they've overlapped releases, I don't think. I know they try to avoid it when they can, but I feel like they have. It's not like they're releasing a WoW expansion. They're releasing like a raid. Late April to June. Late April would surprise me because they're still raid testing. They're still doing raid testing right through like mid to late April, I think, based in the raid testing schedule we got. And generally speaking, raid testing wraps up a fair, like there's usually time, like weeks, if not months, between that and the launch of the actual content. I got my I've gotten fin pads 3 times today. I needed them on all 3 difficulties and I got them on all 3 difficulties. My fins are all set to go. Yeah, I guess maybe late May then. Because they wouldn't push it to July? Maybe. I mean, we're getting at 10.07 and 10.07 has some stuff to do. It's got like another zone and it's not a selfie cam patch. It'll keep us busy for a little while. Raid test to see if it's easy or difficult enough for people to clear. Not specifically. I mean, a little bit, but it's more about making sure the mechanics are working. It's kind of a functioning thing, like seeing if something is bugged, seeing how something plays out when you actually set random groups of people into it, seeing how random groups of people learn the fight is something too difficult for people to, like, catch on to, because usually you'll get quite good guilds and pre-made groups and, like, cutting-edge guilds that will log on and just kind of scan the dungeon journal and see how they can do. So looking at the different ways that people do fights, seeing if it's cheesable, like if a group manages to like get around a mechanic in testing by like doing something goofy, they're gonna see that in testing and then look into that when they're sorting out the fight. This add-on is called All the Things. But yeah, I would say bugs and encounter design, seeing how something plays out when you actually put a bunch of people against it. But I don't know. I am not dev. I am Hazel. I do not have an abyss worm. No luck. Okay. Who's next? We do Sisters of the Moon for the mantle. They're hiding mechanics. They're hiding a couple boss fights, but what do you mean they're hiding mechanics? Extra testing so we avoid another Razageth scenario. They're once again not publicly testing the last boss though, which I would imagine contributed to Razageth. Well, it's easier to pick up on and learn than Sepulchre. Just the last one. The last 3 was 2 raids ago. It's a 9-boss raid and we've got testing scheduled for 8 of them, and they've said that they're not testing for Sarkareth, which is the last one. Oh, mechanics that can't be picked up by add-ons. They're not hidden though. They're still there in testing. They're just not they're trying to make things a little bit less weak or solvable, I think. I thought you meant that there were going to be like secret mechanics that only happen when you take a druid and you take a warlock and then you have them match their transmog color. You will never die after that boss. I like the run. I'm getting my steps in. It's not so far. Besides, I feel like if I died, I might be more disoriented than anything else. Ooh, I got a belt. I needed that. I still need the shoulders, but I did get the heroic version of the belt that I needed. And then we're going to Desolate Host next, who I don't need any transmog from, but we gotta do just to get to the end of the raid. We have to cross the streams of a Shadow Priest and a Warlock. And then you fish up the big frog, and then you feed in a gnome or a goblin. That player must remain dead as a blood sacrifice to the mechanic gods to give everybody else a buff. Everybody starts recruiting gnomes. Unions appear of sacrificial gnomes united. Now I know about the achievement. That's where the joke came from. We haven't done it yet. We were going to do an achievement run, but the first time that we ever tried to progress on the first time we ever got to Primal Council, one of our players fished up the frog, and then we thought that was... I think we knew that it was like an achievement condition, but it was pretty funny pulling the fight for the first time with the frog running around. Frog is a big jerk. It would be nice to get the glory achievement done before the expansion's over, I suppose. I basically just need my friends to drag me through it. I'm allergic to achievements. Frog has 5 billion HP. Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to kill it. I think you're just supposed to not get smushed by it while you're doing the fight normally. I think that if you overgear normal, it's not that bad because you can just kind of burn the bosses down. Frog is extra damn, I approve. As Boom can also approve. You guys patting on the frog. Every time I do that fight as a Devastation Invoker, I always think, oh man, this is going to be the best. I'm going to do so much damage. I'm great in AoE. And then I like cleave my heart out, and then I realize that everybody else is also cleaving their heart out, and I'm like solidly middle to bottom of the pack. 10% haste from Primo Whip. Extra flame shock target. Very easy, just annoying. Oh, I was waiting for this door to open, and it won't. Choked in the Dathia achievement, though. I don't think I'm familiar with exactly what that one requires, but anything... The knockback bosses. There must be a Razageth achievement. What do they want you to do for that? Couldn't reach the ball. She has orbs in the air. Use the tornadoes to get launched up and touch him. Oh. Yeah, that sounds like my worst nightmare. I'm terrible at that kind of thing. And I'm an evoker. I'm like, I have better, you know, I'm better set up to like control my momentum in the air. Not trolling. Do evokers feel OP? Yeah, a little bit. I think. I also kind of expect it because it's their first expansion of being part of the game. I've always kind of felt like they overtuned new classes a tiny bit to give people time to get good with them, but also just to kind of encourage people to adopt them, and then later on they'll get kind of brought into line. But they have so much utility that even if their numbers are subpar, they're still fun. Getting us all nerf on Tuesday? Yeah, we are. That's true. Gather 2 concentrated storm essences and then kill the concentrated storm. Nope. No what? I need KJ to give me some gloves. It says the loot table chance is 5%, which might explain why KJ does not want to give me the gloves. Oh, this is mythic. I'm in heroic. Oh, heroic KJ needs to give me all kinds of things. Yeah, I am in heroic. Or even Fallen Avatar could give me legs in heroic. Phase 2 intermission prog, phase 3 left, this week or next, call on it. Nice. Some classes are seemingly immune to nerfs and underperforming. Yeah. It's easy for me to say because my class is quite good for the moment, but I'm never too invested in the stacks of class balances. I never pay too much attention to class rankings because I don't play at such a high level where it's going to really make or break any one player. Nobody's playing optimally enough in any of the groups that I'm in, myself included, for it to for your class ranking to be the thing that's making or breaking you. If you sit up a little straighter and eat your veggies and try a little harder, you can usually squeeze enough extra performance out of your class to do perfectly fine in like heroic or, 15 to 20 keys. I'm not pushing 25s. $25 is so much. I know it is. I know it is. I always feel a little bit, I don't know. Never mind. Alright, come on, KJ. I got cold hands. People are doing 28s, it's so cool. Wish I raided in Legion. People said it was a good expansion. Yeah, it was. It was. They had great raids. I think the dungeons were good also. People loved Legion. I think it's a good expansion. I was just kind of a bit overwhelmed by it. I think a lot of the things that it did really well were things that aren't super central to my WoW experience, and then I was just also kind of tired. I think that, 2017, 2018, generally speaking, was just kind of a... Those were just tired years. Wonder if you can go right on this bridge? You mean like into space or just like around? I know you don't have to kill all this trash. You have to kill the big guy, but you don't have to kill all this trash, but... Yeah. There's BOEs, you can sell them. I'm not too worried. Yeah, you can't avoid the casters, that's true. People want the meta class. They assume nobody signing up for pug keys knows what they're doing. You might as well invite a class that people don't have to understand. That's a good point. That is a very good point. And that's something that I don't encounter a whole lot, so I'm not necessarily as sympathetic to as I should be. That's so much comfier than having to do the whole knockback thing. Turn that in. That in. Getting all this Armies of Legion fall rep. I don't need that for anything. Gloves? No, not the right gloves. Bunch of other stuff. Alright, well, get me out of here. And let's bump it down to normal and do it again. Run it back. Got zapped. I love Carnal X, man. This staff is so fun. I'm so happy I got it out of Vault. I've been having just a delightful time lasering down all manner of things. Oh, my bags, my poor bags. This hurts. That is a lot. I'm gonna save up all my pennies and I'm gonna buy an ice cream cone. I don't even like ice cream. It's too cold. It's too cold. I'm gonna save up all my pennies in case I buy a home one day and there's a tree that has roots that grow into the sewage main and that they disrupt municipal wastewater flow in a way that is liable to me as a homeowner. I've never been a homeowner. This is not a reasonable thing for me to be worried about yet, but... Totally. Or I mean about the ice cream thing. Oh, here it is. I can sell that. Okay, so we're gonna bump that raid difficulty down one more time to normal. This is the fourth and final difficulty I can do Mr. Sassine on. Those trees are called trees of heaven. They are terrible. I mean, I think lots of different types of trees can do it, although the trees of heaven are the ones that had the lantern moths, right? Have you been catastrophizing about homeownership again? I'm just getting stressed out in advance. I'm just front-loading my worries so that I can be aware of things. I feel like the more I'm aware of different catastrophes that can happen as a homeowner, the more prepared I'm going to be to ask the right questions when I'm looking at houses about things like how old is the roof and where are the water lines, and are there gas lines that go through? What are the easements like? And how old is the hot water heater? And you know, like what kind of trees are on and around and near the neighbor property that might need maintaining or might be a problem? And what else? How close is the road? And how bad is the traffic around here? And are there any really bonkers left turns that are really difficult to do that I need to do to go get groceries? Find out where the plumbing cleanouts are. Yeah, there's... I don't want to know nothing. I don't want to know... like, I still want to be able to get a place. I know I'm not going to be able to afford something perfect, but I at least want to know how to figure out what I'm getting into so that I'm not, like, Pikachu face when there's a $20,000 bill because something went horribly wrong that was about to die. No, of course I would get a house inspection, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there's... I feel like it's also good to be aware of the different... Like, they're going to tell you some of those things. I'm sure some other ones are worth looking into. Like, what's the septic field situation? Is there a well? What kind of well? Like, how old is the well? How deep is the well? What's the history of the local wells? Like, do they go dry in the summer? That kind of thing. There's certain areas that are completely well water here where they have to get water trucked in during certain times of the year, and your realtor is not going to want to tell you that. So, just things to look into. Public sewage and water depends on where you live. Some places are going to be on city sewer and water, and some places aren't, and it just depends on what city and whereabouts and how far out. Both are available. Always going to be things to deal with. And I'm gonna deal with things. I just want to know. I don't think I can get a place that doesn't have any problems, but I'd like to know what batch of problems I'm particularly signing up for. There's the first two, and then we can head down this way. Yeah, growing up, we had a septic tank and a well, and I'm just gonna need to become a more handy person, which I think is just gonna take some practice and some research and some doing. Because growing up, we were always doing any number of things, and my stepdad would like install things, you know, on his own at a degree of skill that I just don't think I have. You know, I don't want to try and install a water softener and then break everything and have a big leak. But I might need a water softener. Who's to say? Wonder if Kira thinks you're just talking to her for 3 hours. Oh, I got insulated fin pads. I got these boots in 4 different colors today from each of the 4 different difficulties of Tumas Argyros from this one boss, and yet I cannot get the gloves off of KJ to save my life. One pair for each of your fins. I suppose so. I like delegating problems to my landlord too much to buy something. Yeah, it is nice. It is nice. Property management and maintenance are actually quite good in this place. I've lived in places where they were very difficult to get a hold of or wouldn't do a very good job or would just kind of ghost you. And that's not the case. Like, they're really good here, which I'm getting kind of spoiled by. But there's also like this kind of self-satisfaction that comes from knowing that you know how to take care of something and understanding the problem that I feel like I would really enjoy if I got to that level of self-mastery. Make a list of your must-haves. I think my must-have is owning it and then having it stop the rain from coming in at night. You know, running water would be good. I have such a primal fear of being homeless that just owning something that I can have and work on is kind of like the main thing. But there's lots and lots and lots of nice to haves. Graded to evaluate landlord competency. Building has great care too. Oh, hi. Hi, Bun Bun. One thing that I feel like would be very stressful to me is if a place had like a really, like a collapsing foundation, like it's sinking in a way that makes it very uneven. It's like not level. That would stress me out because I don't know how on earth you fix that. And it seems like it could cause some real problems. There's a lot of things that are built to withstand a lot of stress and a lot of load from a certain angle. And then as that angle starts to get off kilter, all of a sudden you're not having a good time anymore. Foundation's big deal. I'm just gonna whip out a pocket level and just start setting it down in all sorts of different places. Get stressed out if I find out my house is collapsing. Some of them are. Jack it up, rebuild the foundation, add to my 100-plus-year-old house, 10K for 10 feet of new foundation wall. Honestly, that sounds a lot cheaper than what I thought. I guess it might depend on like the place that you're getting it done and the time that you're doing it in, but that sounds almost affordable for something like that. They have to move out of their house for 8 months. Gonna have to make a lot of jokes about how you bought a house because WoW will never give us player housing. WoW might give us player housing before I can afford to buy a house. I'm in a bit of a wild market, plus I'm trying to do it. I want to just do it on just me, you know, just one income. Imagine how fun it would be to live in a crumbling house. Going to sleep would be thrilling. Every time you have a bad day and you go to sleep, you're like, well, this could be the end. Want to buy it cash? I think that's a fantasy. I don't know if it's realistic, but I do think that trying to budget for a lower price overall, but also a bigger down payments to have a smaller mortgage is a smart thing to do if possible, with interest rates being what they are. I want to live as far beneath my means as I can do without having like health and major quality of life hazards, and then try to budget as much as possible for a down payment for a smaller mortgage, while still having savings to deal with various emergencies and property tax and land transfer tax and blah, 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 blah. Mount Transmog Run, yeah, pretty much. I did not get the mount from Sassine, so I'm out of luck for mounts, but there is still transmog that I can get from all of this. Is this where the grown-ups hang out? Are any of you guys grown-ups? I'm 30, but I don't think I'm an adult. I keep waiting for an adult to show up and to tell me what to do. I also hate having debt. Recognize it's not always the best option. It's just, you hear so many horror stories and you read so many horror stories about people that all of a sudden can no longer afford their mortgage payment because interest rates spiked so badly, or in combination with their property taxes spiking. Even when you've already bought your house, these things can change in a way that makes it untenable if you're living too close to your income, and having a flexible income or like a not fixed income makes that even more stressful, which makes me want to mitigate that risk by not committing to as much of a mortgage so that I have a bigger wiggle room cushion to be able to afford fluctuations in things like property tax and interest rates with mortgages. If it would be different if I was like a tenured university professor that knew for a fact that short of quitting, I was going to be able to continue to earn XYZ amount of money for XYZ years. But I don't know. I could earn twice as much money next year. I could earn half as much money next year. It's not likely. My income's been pretty stable in the past 5 years, but it is possible, and it's something that I want to plan for. Turns out adults are just old kids. Payment is the same. 5-year fixed rate, but then they renegotiate them. I don't think you can just get a 25-year fixed rate. And I don't even know if you would want to, because the rates could go down. They're kind of high right now. It's hard to say. But there's risk that comes with carrying that much debt. And I just don't want to end up in a position where I feel forced to do something that I really don't want to do in order to be able to continue to afford my mortgage. I want to feel like I'm not going to lose my house if I need to, like, you know, pass on a project or something like that. Got pre-approved, about to start looking in Calgary. Congratulations. Am I lost? Mildly. Mildly. I found the door. If only they would take WoW Gold. I would make lots of WoW Gold. I'm always lost. Which bosses do I still need to do here? We are just doing the last 3. And as far as normal loot, I need from the last 3. Oh yeah, a good handful of things, including gloves. KJ does not. I mean, he must have a big loot table or something. He really doesn't want to give those up. Yeah, place easy to get lost in. I'm getting a lot better at it. I'm surprised and a little proud of myself of having at least learned the basics of this one, for the sake of just running it for transmog in a couple of weeks, because normally I would be like forgetting to click on the things and I would be just doing lap, and I did that for at least 1 week, but I would just be doing laps in the lower corridors, just getting, oh no, I've jinxed it. I know where I need to go. I know what I did. I'm out here talking about how smart I am about having learned this place while fully running down the wrong hallway, turning around. I know where I'm going. You're right, this is the wrong way. And now I have to come back up this cursed staircase that is not a real staircase. Excuse me. Okay, this way. Upgraded my GPU, getting above 60 FPS in Veldraken. Congratulations! What is the least played tank? I bet you Subcreation can tell you that. Yeah, I guess I must have the skip. That sounds true. Why is it that Bear Druids are the least played right now? Is there something the matter with them, or people just, they're too warm? Zero mitigation versus magic? They're the least tanky. Oh, I see. Yeah, I haven't seen one, so I haven't healed one lately, but that might be why. Do I like Victoria? List of a couple places Spouse and I are looking at moving to. Seems so beautiful. It's gorgeous. I do like it. It is the 3rd most expensive city in Canada. We're right behind Vancouver, which is right behind Toronto. It is a spendy place to live, and there are beautiful places that are less expensive. The primary reason that I'm living here is because I have family here, and because this is kind of like my home area, so I'm really nostalgic for it. It's gorgeous, though. If you can afford it, it's very nice. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's devoid of crime, especially in some downtown areas. There are definitely issues with unmanaged substance issues and mental health issues in town that it seems like politics is trying very hard to get on top of and completely failing to do so. But I think a lot of cities will be like that. Latest date I've seen is more expensive than Van. I heard that headline too. I just didn't want to claim it and then be wrong. Prices will never go down when you tell people how beautiful it is. Yeah.
I'm probably, if I'm buying something, going to end up getting, like right now I'm in town, and I would probably get a little bit farther out from town to try to find something more affordable. It would be a bit more of a commute to come see my family, but at least it would still be drivable. Hopefully not too far, and then I could have like a yard would be really cool. This is not mythic, this is normal. I've done all 4 difficulties today. Trying to get just as much mog as I can. But yeah, it's real spendy here. I feel like food is starting to come back down a tiny bit, but I don't know if it's ever gonna go back to what it was. I am much more urban now than I was in Portland. I never lived in Portland. I always lived in suburbs outside of Portland. And I am quite urban now. Do you feel unsafe walking around? I don't, but there are places that I won't walk after certain hours. And generally speaking, I won't go basically alone. I won't go after dark to just certain streets. It's not that I would be in grave danger, but it's just kind of easier to not risk it, I guess. And that is basically anywhere. Dragon with shovel. Suburban versus urban. I am more of a suburbs person. I do not mind suburbs being boring. I have no interest in nightlife. I have no interest in bars or, you know, like going out. I do like being able to shop at different places, but I don't do it that often. I basically want from my life being able to see family. I want like trails and hiking and, you know, gardening and stuff, and all of that is easier if you're a little farther away from the city. Yeah, balance power, I can't lie with Tuesday patch. You did not hallucinate that, that's true. That's in the patch notes. Being able to walk to the grocery store, bike, and have nature nearby still. That is the one thing I would miss living in a suburb, depending on which suburb and how suburby it is right now I can walk to groceries. There's multiple places I can walk to. And that's not necessarily so true when you are out of town. Trail access I had in Calgary. I love parks though. I love parks. Parks with trails, parks with ponds, parks with ducks, parks with fields. Parks with beach, parks with river, parks with creeks. I love parks. No one left there. What time is it? 11:42. Let's go clean up our bags a little bit. Cookie cutter suburbs, like the one depicted in Edward Scissorhands, creep me out. Yeah. Yeah, I call them Whoville whenever I'm looking at places that are housing developments that are just like the same house 42 times in a row in like this big hyper-planned development. Especially when they're brand new, they look so fake and lifeless and characterless. But I feel like you bring the life and the character when you live there. You know, you kind of set things up the way that you like. The problem with being that close to your neighbors is that you know, you might not like them. Did visit ducks by a lake this morning. There's a park I can go where I can see ducks and frogs. I like seeing ducks and frogs. Little geckos. There's a Whoville here in Calgary. The houses are designed to look like Swiss mountain cabins, and it's just hilariously dystopian. Yeah. I can't talk too much smack on them because it's entirely possible I end up living in one. I don't know if I would live in a place that new, but if I can afford it, you know. They certainly tend to be in places with better access to amenities and internet, and that's one thing, is that if I'm planning to continue making money and paying a mortgage off of the back of content creation, it is in my best interest to find a place that has decent internet. And a lot of these, like, you know, beautiful cabins in the woods, they're on, like, satellite. It's not that they don't have internet, they do. It's just, if I want to stream WoW without dropping frames and lagging and having performance issues all the time, it's not necessarily going to be a guarantee. Would you like this? is there thingy up? It is up. I need to go do Storm's Fury. That's what I need to do. I haven't done it this week, and I want to do it at least one time this week. I have 94 of these Essences of the Storm. I'm gonna need a bunch of them, but I'm never gonna get them if I don't go work on them. So let's go. Let's go do some Storm's Furying. I'll join a group this time, I promise. I'm flight pathing myself out there, though. I'm so lazy.
Secret Skull Island to the south of the Azure Span. I don't think so. What do I think of the new Can I Mog It icons? I'm the project manager.
I won't lie to you. Like many people, at first I saw change and I went, because I'm a cranky old woman and I hate change. However, now that my chat has very kindly explained it to me, it does make a lot of sense. It's just any adjustment's going to be difficult. You get more of the currency if you solo it? I don't think the end currency, which is the main one that I want. Elemental Overflow, we're going to get buckets of it. Buckets and buckets of Elemental Overflow from Forbidden Reach activities in 10.0.7 next week. So I'm not concerned about that. I'm just worried about the Essences of the Storm. And those, I believe, mostly come from the box, which I think you get whether you're doing it in a group or not. New Can I Mog It icons? Yeah, there's more granularity, I think. Sorry for the confusion. Oh, no, it's good. It's a good change. I'm just, as with anything, takes a little getting used to. I love the add-on though. I can't live without it. It's like one of my deserted island add-ons. Whenever I'm playing and it's turned off, I feel itchy and I require it. All right, I'm going in through here, and then I'm going to. I can't wait for Monday's Trellis style. Am I wearing all my gear? I'm wearing enough gear. Pre-made, custom, find a group. What do we call this thing? Fury? Are they on the boss already? No, they're not on the boss already. So I want a Storm's Fury war mode off 6 minutes ago. 4 members. No plans to do Diablo 4 now. I'm not a huge Diablo person. Oh, this one's already on the boss. I'll take it. Ow. Oh, I should have done something different. I want to kill ads probably. Found a sword called the King Mauler. Why would anyone name their weapon that? Oh, you know. Treason. Maybe they have some grievance with the king. They're unhappy with his policies on traffic control. They'd like more of their funds to be allocated to road work. Just deep breath. Sometimes while fighting these bosses, you just lose track of time. You leave your body, you float through space-time, and then you look up and you go, I'm pretty sure I used that cooldown. just recently. We're still fighting this. One day we'll be free. It hasn't even been that long. I'm in a group this time at least. I'm not trying to solo the darn thing. There we go. Storm Sphere. I can't even complain about that. That wasn't even that long. I don't think. It's hard to say. 6 essences of the storm from that. And then another 9 of them from doing the chest. Thank you. No, but the speed pot sold by Uzdarmu? My new favorite thing? I don't think I did. Okay. 20 Dragon Isle supplies. Oh, I suppose so. I need to poke around and go shopping. I think that's what I need to do. I have Dragon Isle supplies. I haven't been spending them on anything lately. And I think that there's probably some cosmetics I could do. I'm going to go look around Beldraken. I'm sure they've got good stuff for me. There's, I only have one colorway currently of the civilian clothes, and I feel like I would wear more. What else? I feel like I did get most of the Tuskar stuff. I think I prioritized buying the Tuskar backpacks and whatnot. Oh, my herb disappeared. I managed to overload it and then I vanished the whole thing. Tiny bit to go in Moroccan Tuskar reps. It'll be super easy to get next week if there's any bit left to go. Oh, are any of these? One of them's dirt. I need expedition packs. I need expedition packs. I want the Skitterfly. There's a dragon scale expedition mount I need. If only it came from Tuskar tackle boxes, we'd be having a different conversation. Okay. I don't remember where anything was bought and sold in this city. I remember there were vendors scattered everywhere, and I forget all of it. Here's a stable master. There's a nice Bruffalon. We can get one of those next patch. There's a peacock. Main vendor by the portals inside. Yeah, that's like the normal one. There's like a bunch of cosmetics vendors though for... Oh, apparently there's a pet vendor right there. A bunch of cosmetics vendors in different little huts for like armor, shoulders, and civilian clothing, and like I'll go take a look, but I don't think that's the one that has what I need. Main one has all of that? All of it? Let me look. Okay. Got my free primal infusion. So it's got dragon banners. It's got the goblets. Oh, I do need these. I never did get the rest of those. It's got the shovels and the garden rakes. Oh, you're right. It does have all of them. You're absolutely 100% right. Neat. All right. Well, what do I want to get then? I want a goblet. So I'm going to need here. I'm going to make a little list. Because I'm going to need to buy a bunch of other stuff. So I need 5 silver draconium ore. 3... I guess it's all silver, right? Adamantite scales. Because I want all the goblets and stuff. Another 3 ore and 2 queen's ruby. So we'll take the ore up to 8, and then we'll add 2 queens. It's probably a better way to do this, but it's fine. 5 ceravite, and then another 2, so we're gonna go to 4 queen's ruby, and then 5 ceravite ore. This is why Windows still has a notepad application. And then 2 rainbow pearls, 4 rainbow pearls. 60 tattered wilder cloth, which I might have, but I'll just buy it anyways. And then another 160 tattered wilder cloth, plus vibrant emerald, eternity amber, mystic sapphire, and sundered onyx. Mystic sapphire, vibrant eternity amber, vibrant emerald, mystic sapphire, sundered onyx. wonder if at that point I'm going to be broke or no. Let's get another 40 Ceravite ore. We can. Well, the helmets are boring. Maybe I want the weapons. Here, we'll start with that. Tall Strider stuff is super spendy. Tall Strider stuff. Like the Horn Strider, or am I something different? Draconium ore. I wanted 8 of these. I wanted adamantite scales. Oh, the sinews. Yeah. I bought those when they were really cheap because early on, I guess not adamantite scales. Oh no, adamant scales. Not adamantite, there we go. So silver, I wanted 3 of those. Yeah, I bought a ton of sinew in the very early days of the expansion when they were way cheaper, and then I forgot about them in my bags because I thought I was gonna need a ton of them, and I actually made quite a bit of gold flipping them. Clean ruby. 4. Ceravite. 5. And then rainbow pearls. Yeah, a lot of this is cheap. And then the gems, so. And uh-oh. Okay. Thought they didn't have any silver ones. Why don't I run around with pets anymore? Well, sometimes I do. I've got a scruffy Audic on my bar right here. He's been my my evoker's go-to if I'm in the middle of raid and I think, you know what? I need a pet on a hotkey. I need a pal immediately, because I feel like he would be at home here. Not a bean, thank you for the 30-month resub. Just got Spyrogos. Thanks for all the inspiration you give. Congratulations. Evoker, DK, or Mage. Only one's not 70. Oh, you gotta do Evoker. You gotta. You must. All right. I didn't actually do the math on the Dragonelle supplies. I'm assuming that I have enough, but we'll find out. Let's go get a bunch of stuff. I need a bunch of stuff from the other vendors also, but all right. Did I get the stuff for the vendors? I guess I did, didn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4. I just hadn't like looked at the vendors in a long time since I'd finished the Renounce. 2, 3, 4. What do these look like anyway? Oh, those are kind of neat. And then the the rest of the gardening tools is vital. I can't believe I haven't gone back for these already. And then the shoulder pads. And then the rest of the civilian armor. I'm out of something. I'm not out of supplies. So here, let's learn all of this. Toy, 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 toy. That's a lot of new stuff. And that should chop down the list of stuff here, so. Yeah, I think I need more. I think I got enough Wildercloth. I did not get enough of the gems. I need 1 more of each gem. And then I'm doing pretty well on supplies, so I can get like. I'm missing so many things. I'm missing so many things. Do I have extra rainbow pearls just in my bank? Oh yeah, I've got 7 of them in my bank. I can get 2 of these just like now. Holding supplies for the next big patch could be useful. Maybe, but it didn't seem like they were behind Dragonelle supplies. The recipes that I saw were behind Artisan's Metal. And I would assume like Elemental or Overflow if they were going to do more. It feels like Dragonelle supplies were a little bit of a first expansion or a first patch cosmetics currency. But maybe, you might be right. I might be shooting myself in the foot with this. But I know I want to get all this stuff eventually anyway, so it feels like catching up is a reasonable thing to do. Oh, I didn't even get all the armor. I must have picked and chosen my favorite ones. There's so many pieces of gear that transmog I still need. How do I deal with burnout? End up staring at my character more than I play it. I take breaks if I feel like I need them. I will walk away, play other games, get outside. I also do different things, I think. If I start to feel burnt out on like Mythic Plus or raiding, which I have been, I've gotten to that point this patch, I will wrap up my goals, put it down for a while, and then I've pivoted to collecting. I've been doing raids for transmog, I've been doing mount farming, buying transmog on vendors. Got a couple of mounts yesterday. I'll just kind of bounce between different activities. If I get sick of this, I've got PvP I can do. But if I get sick of all of it, walk away, take a break. I never force myself to play. They're for free. Yeah, but then you got to get alts all. I'd almost rather just buy them with the supplies that I have and just have them as opposed to getting. I know I can send like a bunch of rep to alts and stuff, but still. I am done for today. Kitty cat's still here. She's just become Puddle. Sleepy? Yeah. I will be back tomorrow morning, same time, same place. I did finish the magma farming. We got the snail yesterday. Kitty cat. Hi. I'll be back tomorrow. I put out a fresh news video on the channel this morning, so if you haven't seen that yet, it is available if you would like. I appreciate you guys very much. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.